Hello. Welcome to Draining the Swamp, a Hunter the Reckoning 5th edition game by Renegade Games Studios. This takes place in Morgan City, Louisiana, but not the real Morgan City. This is a dark Morgan City, a city where humanity clings to the comfortable illusion that the world belongs to mankind, that they lead lives of free willed individuality, completely unaware that they occupy a world of grim mysteries inhabited by monsters. But this is not the story of the people of Morgan City, or the monsters that hide in the world of darkness. This is the story of four hunters who know about these secret mysteries and have set themselves to rid the world of the timeless blood drinkers, ravening shapeshifters, restless ghosts, and even more harrowing things in the night. In the process of confronting these things, there will be body horror, drug use, sexual references, blood, death, and possibly murder. So consider your surroundings when watching this video and listening to this podcast. And if these things don't intrude on your sensibilities or scare you too much, then come with us as we tell a hunter story.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Draining the Swamp, episode number 10 here at Heroic Studios Gaming. I am your host, Scott, the storyteller of today's game, also the head of Heroic Studios Gaming. I'm joined by my players who have been fighting the good fight on behalf of all of the people that don't live in the shadows. And, it's been going okay, but now they're going to see how far they can go before they die or the bad guys die, and that's where they're at. I don't remember how many nights it's been since they began here in Morgan City, but they are in Morgan City, Louisiana. Not the real Morgan City as noted by our introduction, but the World of Darkness Morgan City, where there have been lots of evidence to suggest that most of the people in town are normal, but all of the people that lead the town are something else. And so our hunters have been preparing an ambush to start their final assault on this grand conspiracy they have been uncovering for the last 9 episodes. So hello, everyone. Welcome to our show.
Hello.
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 Yes.
Let's go down in our blaze of glory.
Hopefully it'll be them blazing and us glorious.
Well, we'll see.
We'll blaze up after we're glorious.
Exactly.
I think at this point you're living on a prayer.
Hey!
Ah.
We're we're gonna get some bad medicine.
This is gonna go on for a while
I'm
until we
late
stop
to
it.
Get
that.
banned
I
on
could do
Twitch.
this all day. Like I was like peak, like late middle school, early high school for Bon Jovi, so I could do that all day.
I am trying to
Sweet.
figure out how to get rid of this post, and it seems to have tried to pin it instead. Delete this message. There we go. Some person came in to tell us that they would like to promote our channel for et cetera, et cetera. So, but let's,
Oh,
yeah.
Cringe.
yeah.
Moving
Sounds
on.
legit.
So this group of hunters, you guys had planned to set an ambush for JJ and the Nightjar Riders. And the plan, if I understand correctly, is to use the rundown RV to sort of create an inferno, if I understand correctly, and then anyone that comes out of it, you just gun them down. That's the plan.
Yeah. The plan in so many steps. Lure JJ in with a false offer of friendship. Or a real offer of friendship. I'm going to talk to him. And then draw him into the trailer. Surround the trailer with either monster repelling flashbangs
Mhm.
provided by our voodoo friend, who, by the way, we're not all cool with. We're just going to move past that. She's a straight up witch. Yeah, that plus people who can hold back monsters to basically lock the werewolf in the trailer and then burn it,
Mhm.
preferably after also hitting him with a like silver gas bomb.
That's right. And Ophelia's contact guy was supposed to be showing up with that kind of thing or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't remember. Did your contact show up before the end of last episode, or were you still waiting on him? I wasn't sure.
Still waiting. Still waiting on him.
Got it. Does he know where to meet you? I forget.
Yes, I believe I texted him an address.
Right.
Or at least a location.
Not your home.
No, no.
Yeah.
Please don't show up at my home with guns and explosives. It's a bad look.
I mean, yeah, you
Depends on the
probably didn't meet him in the garage of your building. You know, you probably met him somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Some parking lot in the shopping district at night when there's no one around or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps even the RV park by the lake where you currently are. Maybe this is the place you've met before.
Mm.
Mm.
But yeah, and you left Stephanie. You left Lisette with Stephanie Sutton, the
reporter.
journalist person who also seemed to be the semi-hacker that was helping Joseph the whole time. And that person's supposed to keep her safe.
Mm-hmm.
And Joseph, for those watching the video stream, Joseph's camera does not work tonight. So
Sorry, folks. I know you were all excited to see my beautiful countenance.
Well, we've talked about how perfect your face is.
all right. Cool. So there's some preparation that you wanted to do before the ambush, and I understand that Joseph is sleeping, and maybe waking up about this point. We'll kind of run through a bit of the meeting with Ophelia's contact to get stuff at some point in this session. But is there anything else anyone else wants to do before we move into the next bit?
Have a back door. Have an alternate exit from the trailer, because if I'm gonna lead JJ into the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
I want there to be like a back window leading out to my allies that is open or removed.
Sure. Sure.
Ophelia, can I borrow some Coke?
Dude, at this point, it's just like on the table.
Yeah.
Little Coke.
Cell phones, money, a pile of Coke, and a handgun.
Yep, just like the founding fathers intended.
We are some sketchy motherfuckers, okay?
I'm going to be putting together a contraption. Because after this, I said we're doing the meeting and then the JJ stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to produce little masks for everybody that have inserted into them little pressurized tanks of oxygen, and also they're all dusted with cocaine. As one of my improvised gear contraptions to give us +3 dice to athletics rolls.
So
Holy
basically,
crap.
what Joseph wants to do is just get on Ophelia's not shit list. Got it.
If we need to run away or dodge, we need oxygen and we need, speed in
Mhm.
more than one way.
Okay.
I'm also gonna prep some silver arrows. And
Okay.
wherever, if I leap out that back window,
Yeah.
I want Lydia to be over there with my bow and arrows.
Got it. So you want to remove like the window, maybe put a sort of temporary thing over it so it's not obvious that there's a missing window.
Mhm.
Like a piece of wood that's like hinged, screwed on or something so that you can dive out of it, but it doesn't look like there's not a window there.
Probably a tarp.
Yeah.
That's
That's
like
fair.
not attached to
That's
the bottom.
easy enough. Yeah, that's easy enough. Like a tarp over this kind of RV that I've already mentioned is like got moss growing on it and stuff. Totally fine. No one's gonna buy
Cool.
it that it's not legit. That's fine. I'll allow
Cool.
that. Okay. And then Olivia on that side, or not Olivia.
Ophelia.
Ophelia. No, is it Ophelia or was it? That's who you want over on that side.
Oh no.
Lydia. Thank you. Sorry, I mixed the two names together for some reason. Oh, Lydia. Yeah, so
Different
Lydia on
people.
that side. I know. That's why I was mixing names.
Both
Too many.
butch badass women who can kick ass, but one of them is my recent friend and the other is something else.
Some other kind of friend. All right, so Lydia will be over there with your bow. That's fine. What kind of weapon is Lydia going to have over there?
Also a bow.
So 2 bows with silver arrows?
Yeah.
Okay. This is me reacting to your plan now. Just double checking something. Do you happen to know offhand what the rules for damage on arrows are?
I can find that while you work with the others.
Sounds good. Just want to make sure we
Also
know
gonna-
what we're dealing with here.
I've also got Lydia's character sheet.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And then Joseph, you wanted to make some kind of speed masks, as it were.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's improvised gear. And are you making like a batch of them? How does this
Yes,
work?
I will be using my mass production speed crafting if you'll let me get something else off after, and specialization perks on this.
And what are the specialization perks? Oh,
The specialization perk means I get plus
3
3
dice.
dice on athletics devices.
Got it. Okay. But only once for each skill. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to be an intelligence and craft, I guess.
All right. I don't think this is a trap, so that's just gonna be 7 dice for me.
You are.
It's a
It is.
trap if you're the professor.
Well, yeah. So it
Sorry.
is. You are in entrepreneurial, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose I could get my dice.
So you would
on
get your
this.
desperation dice if you wanted to throw those in there as well, which is 4 extra dice.
4 dice. Probably. I'm not exactly gonna be swinging punches when we get into the fight. So if I'm gonna go into despair, this would be the time to do it. Desperation. That's 4. It should be 7, right? Plus, yeah.
Whoa.
9 successes.
Okay. So
This
you only
is
needed
really good to know.
4. So
That means I make like 5 of them, right? I get to make 1 extra per margin off of mass production.
let's see. Able to increase additional number equal to the margin of the test. Yeah. So
I
5
think
of them.
it-
5 extras.
5 in addition. So yeah, 6
6.
total, I think.
Yeah.
So 1 for each of us, so that's 4, and then Mark and Lydia probably.
Mark, probably not.
Oh, so Lydia and Ray.
There we go.
Bargain basement blade is gonna be, yeah,
Fucking
Hooked
go.
up,
goated.
ready to go.
no longer bargain basement. He's gonna be straight up Amazon blade.
Hell yeah.
Also, it looks like the damage to that is probably +3.
For a bow.
It doesn't actually list a bow, but it says a light piercing like a crossbow is +2, and a medium gunshot is +3. It doesn't actually list a longbow damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
but 2 or 3.
That's what we'll call it 3 then. Because if it lists a crossbow as 2, then it's definitely more than a crossbow, but not
Yeah.
by like not double or something. So that's fine. We'll go. With
Yeah,
plus
like
3.
a point blank shotgun or a 357 is +4,
Yeah.
which is why I had the really big pistol. But
Mm-hmm.
everything's immune to bullets. It's weird.
Who'd have thought? Okay. Plus, because they would be silver arrows, that also does a thing for
aggravated.
aggravated damage for a werewolf. But just regular people, it's just regular damage. But hey,
Still though.
still gonna be damage.
It'll be
Okay.
the most expensive kill of their lives.
We'll see. Day's just starting.
Days just starting.
Yeah, it is. The plan was to meet JJ in the daytime, right? Not at nighttime.
First thing in the morning, so all his vampires have to. We'll have 8 hours to blitz
Mm-hmm.
the known vampires.
That was the plan. I remember
And then
that.
some probably.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that if you're planning to meet JJ, then, well, how long have you been waiting for your guy, Ophelia? I forget how long it's been.
I think he showed up
2
someplace.
days.
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. So he probably would have showed up right before sunrise, wherever you told him to meet him, because he's had enough days to gather together stuff to sell you. Because if I remember correctly, too, you also didn't really specify the list. It was like a general list, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got it all. I got everything." And that was the that was the whole plan. Was he was just going to bring you whatever he had for you to pick from.
Yep.
Yep. So tell me about your contact so that I can roleplay him properly for you.
Okay. So, his name is Chaz. Chaz is somebody that used to hang around with Ophelia back when they were both doing stuff overseas.
So he's an
guys always-
ex-soldier or mercenary or something?
Yeah, ex-soldier.
Got it.
Was always a bit sketchy, but always kind of had the right thing at the right time for any situation. He was kind of like if we're getting into some hot water shit, I can get us some hot water shit weapons. Nobody knows how. Nobody really asks. Might also possibly be the reason why people like him and Ophelia were put under some sort of investigation.
Mm-hmm. The kind of guy who always seemed to be able to find a Jeep despite the fact that no one actually filled out a requisition form. That kind of guy.
Correct.
Yeah, like that kind of guy.
Yeah. And then before anyone even noticed it was gone, it was back in the carpool.
Yeah.
the motor pool was back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got it. Okay.
One of those, if you don't ask and I don't have to answer questions,
Mhm.
will be good.
I've heard some stories from some soldiers that did that sort of thing back in the day, so I totally get it.
Yep.
Like, we absolutely did not borrow a Jeep from the motor pool and did not return it before sun came up and anyone took inventory.
Mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no thieves in the army. There's just a bunch of people trying to get their shit back.
There's no thieves, though. Yeah.
I mean, I pay taxes. I bought that Jeep.
So Chaz.
So Chaz
Like
rolls
that.
up. And what kind of vehicle does he drive?
Probably something a bit inconspicuous.
Hmm.
So,
A white four-door
like-
sedan?
something like that.
The least inconspicuous
Like
least
yeah,
conspicuous vehicle on the road, a white four-door sedan.
a Ford sedan. Yeah, yeah.
A couple years old.
Yeah, like it's not brand new by any means,
No.
though he could probably afford something brand new, but like
Yeah,
it's
he absolutely
just like
could. But he's flying under
yeah.
the radar.
yeah.
He's not
Oh, yeah.
rolling up in like a cherry red Charger or something and like
No,
breaking all
no,
of the
no
speed limits. No,
Escalades.
no. Just this regular inconspicuous four-door sedan rolls up to
White.
the RV park.
And at that point, I mean, Ophelia's just gonna kind of look towards anybody who might be around her and be like, "That's my guy."
It runs for a minute and then it turns off. And you can see the guy inside looking at like the group of you.
I'm probably refamiliarizing myself with my bow, just target practicing. Look over my.
All right.
Well,
Well, I'll
hit that shopping list.
yeah. And I'm gonna just kind of like tilt my hat back, and just walk over and very gently like kind of like knock on his window.
Oh, he'll have started to get out by the time when you start approaching.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not gonna sit in his car the whole time. But like also some of Mama Gigi's people are still around too, right?
Yeah.
Because you were gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Ray's still here for sure.
Oh,
Um,
definitely, yes.
I mean Joseph just was like, "Here, have some Coke in a mask." Right? It's like,
It's oxygenated too.
but yeah, no, because while the fog rolled away, they still like that's their thing, right? They still just keep an eye on the lake. And since I believe you all requested their assistance in this firefight that you were going to launch on JJ if he didn't cooperate, at least Ray would have stayed and probably a couple of others that seemed to be like maybe a bit younger, but no less seemingly familiar with the tools that they're carrying with them, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
I still got Ray's ghost clock. Probably like resting on my back.
So Chaz gets out. Chaz has some tattoos, I assume, yeah?
Probably.
Yeah. He is wearing, however, a decent amount of like whatever he's wearing, like a long sleeve shirt or some such that keeps them from being, quickly identified. Like, identifying markers, not good for people to see. So he's wearing like a long sleeve shirt. Normally he's in like, short sleeves, probably, cargo pants or something. But he's got a long sleeve shirt on right now, despite the heat. And he's wearing sunglasses. That's a pretty big audience we got going here.
Yeah, don't worry about them. They're with us.
Us, huh? Run with a crew now.
Kind of. Nothing like back in the good old days, but sometimes you find new people to roll with, I guess. So.
Well, I don't know what kind of war you're launching, but and he pops open the trunk of the sedan. He's like, "I got whatever you might need for it." You have what is your? Sorry, I haven't looked at your character sheet recently. The special ability that you've got for Ophelia's weapon stuff. What is it?
All of them. Yep. I've got 4 dots of resources and a full thing for Arsenal.
Oh, so you have all
Team
of Arsenal,
requisition.
And ordnance.
Yeah.
and do you have
I
ordnance
have
as well?
Yes, I have all of Arsenal and most of Ordnance.
Okay.
I think the only one that I'm missing is ironically enough, I'm pretty sure the only one that I'm missing from Ordnance is the one that makes grenades that don't instantly kill you.
The non-lethal
What is that?
munitions.
Yeah.
So you have lethal munitions.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I just want to check because we're gonna be using that. You are
So we
relying
wanna-
on contacts.
Yeah.
So,
This time.
real quick for me then, just to figure out exactly what he's got in the back of
Okay.
his trunk.
Okay.
You're going to be rolling composure plus streetwise.
Okay. What's that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Not great, but yeah, that's a complete failure.
Oh. Any
Oh.
willpower?
Um,
I mean,
even if I re-roll the 3, I would
It
have
could
to
be
get
5.
I mean, I would do it.
Yeah,
We need shit.
3.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
While that technically is not really the amount needed for successes, I'm going to count it. Only because story-wise, it makes sense this guy has some things. I won't be able to throw necessarily every single item that you want in his trunk, but with 3, I'll say that he's got a decent amount of some regular stuff. And because you also have exotic, some not so regular stuff. I mean, specifically, you were looking for the silver nitrate, right?
Yeah.
Which is easily purchasable, actually, and not
Mhm.
illegal to purchase if you have the right kind of connections, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not illegal to purchase, but you have to know people who sell it to be able to get it.
Right.
So we'll go ahead and throw that in the mix for sure as one of the exotic things that he's like, I guess. But he's aware kind of, well, he's not aware of what you're doing now. He just knows that he's supposed to bring a bunch of weird weapon stuff to meet you.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So in the back of his vehicle, he's got a bunch of regular type weapons, you know, some that maybe aren't necessarily legal in the state of Louisiana, which is not many, but, you know, some. A magazine that might be too large for the state's regulations or some such kind of thing. Regular ammunition, but then he does have some strange stuff. Some grenades that he probably shouldn't have. Some flashbangs he probably shouldn't have. And because you had requested it while he was still on his way to meet you, some containers of silver nitrate.
Perfect. I'm definitely picking up a couple of those not so legal grenades. Gonna pick up some of that beautiful silver nitrate. And you said that he has ammunition that's kind of like funky. Any information on that?
I mean, it's standard ammunition. He doesn't really have funky ammunition per se.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at your perk to find out what exactly that means.
Okay.
Water to mines laced with sandalwood splinters. Interesting. Okay. Special features: rare one-of-a-kind weapons, ammunition recurred, silver bullets, obsidian daggers. Okay. So he does have various kinds of, a couple of different kinds of ammunition. Now, he's got like regular ammunition that you could buy off the counter anywhere, and then like regular ammunition you could buy off the counter anywhere, but people probably shouldn't buy like P+ ammo that's like, you know, hard, just overpacked with gunpowder and stuff that does weird things. But he does have, strangely, some silver bullets amongst them. Just like one small collection of them, not like a huge like whole ammo case full of them or anything like that. But like a box of, you know, probably 50 rounds of silver bullets.
What about incendiary?
Oh yeah, he's got grenades. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm
I think he means incendiary rounds.
Oh, incendiary rounds. Oh, that's a little bit harder to come by. She didn't get a 4, so Probably
Yeah.
not so much with the
Sorry.
incendiary rounds. Yeah. No dragon breath rounds or some other crazy cool
Aw,
stuff.
darn.
You don't want to ruin your
Mm.
firearms.
Also, he also was not aware because before this point, you've always just kind of been, being a cop, but pushing the limit on what that means, and then, not necessarily being a cop. So he doesn't have any of the cool, unconventional hunter weaponry floating around.
Yeah.
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 But after this,
Uh.
he might start getting into that business if he's got a market, right? If the market demands they need a supplier, this might be a thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No. Ophelia will definitely show her appreciation because I'm gonna nab the silver bullets. I'm gonna nab the nitrate, the grenades. Might even nab one of the actual regular old guns and some extra bullets just in case.
Here's another weird suggestion. Infrared scope.
Oh yeah, totally has that.
Mhm.
Because how do you tell if something's a vampire from 300 yards?
Yeah, that's fair. Infrared scope, yeah, he's definitely got some of those. Maybe some night vision, perhaps even tactical earbuds. He's probably got that.
Now, out of curiosity, does he have any armor? Because that was another thing that I had thrown in for.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's civilian level,
Mhm.
but it's still high quality. What is it? Level 3 civilian level stuff. I think that's what they call it. So the stuff that's just below police level, like SWAT team level armor
Okay.
that you can buy from anywhere.
Yeah.
But not if you don't want anyone to know you just bought a bunch of it.
Yep. I'll take all of it.
Resources
Hell yeah.
for a.
Clean them out.
Resources for.
We'll be able to switch flak jackets between fights.
So yes, so you will buy out basically all of his armor, and a number of his weapons, and he will just count the cash right there as you hand it to him. It's just like flipping through that thing, like a scene in a movie or something. He's like standing there, counting the money while you're taking things out of the trunk of his car, right?
Yep.
Making sure you paid him enough.
Yep. And Ophelia officially just outed herself at as to how much money she actually just got with her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You all
Dude.
see her hand over a banded wad of cash, right? So it's a good $10,000 or so, and he just starts counting it. Just counting it.
Yep. And
Oh,
yeah, no,
shit.
she's just gonna take all of the weapons, the ammunition, the armor, and almost like a kid in a candy store. This is probably the first time you guys have seen a genuine smile out of Ophelia, just on Ophelia's face.
Right on.
And she's just gonna kind of bring it all back to the probably where there's a bigger set of friends. How many
I knew you were going to ask that question, so I am about to roll a die and see if I can find out.
How many people we have, or how many guns are we getting?
how many things of armor do we have is the first
Right.
question. Yeah.
I'm also definitely the NVGs.
Yeah.
I know
I'm-
ghouls have improved senses.
Let's
Go
see.
ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You keep talking. I'm talking to myself while I try to get the darn dice thing to go.
I guess we're not hitting the vampire house at night, but I assume it's relatively light-proofed
Mm-hmm.
in case they have to move around, which means if we can kill the power, we can fight them in the dark. And the ghouls aren't going to be as adept at that as us, well prepared with night vision.
Guys, tell me out. What's the trigger for the thing again? I'm having trouble with it. For the dice rolling. Is it WAD?
Slash wad.
Slash
Yeah.
wad.
Got it. Thank you. 3.
Sounds like
Apparently.
an insult.
Three flak
Slash
jackets.
wad.
Yep. It's definitely something you get called in Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so 3 flak jackets, a pair of
Okay.
night vision goggles, a couple of infrared scopes, because those are easier than a whole ass pair of goggles.
Yep.
Yeah. And then,
Okay.
a number of various types of weapons. And the flak jackets, Kevlar vests essentials are there, so they will provide 4 armor, which changes aggravated damage to superficial damage. So that's a thing to know.
Yep.
Very
So
useful
that's-
when something might be just dishing out aggravated damage as its normal
Yeah.
damage. So just the
Yep.
thing.
I'm gonna hand off the 3 jackets to the boys then. And because I already have one.
The boys, you mean
The group.
Dreyfus, Joseph, and Ray?
Yeah. Well, Dreyfus, no, not Ray.
I mean,
probably... oh,
I
maybe
I
Ray.
don't intend to get into actual combat.
Better to have it.
So-
Yeah,
not need
but
it.
it's better to have it and not need it than
Okay.
need it and not have it.
And you,
All right.
even if you don't pull the trigger, you can always point it at somebody and say, "Hey, back up," or I'm blowing your brains out.
Well, there's the flak jacket, right? So while you might not, that's what she's handing
that's
out.
true.
While you might not intend to get into a fight, there could
No.
also be stray bullets flying around.
Mhm.
That
That's
might-
true.
yeah.
And I can't repel the unnatural bullets.
Bullets.
Yeah, yeah.
They're pretty fucking natural.
True.
Okay, so Joseph and Dr. Dreyfus,
And Alex.
Alex. Got
Okay. Because I am going to be point blank with the werewolf right
it.
before we let
For
him on
sure.
fire.
For sure. The question becomes:
Now-
is Alex wearing the jacket over the clothes or under the
Or
clothes?
under.
Well,
Overrated. That's more punk that way.
I feel like it'll fit into my aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it will. Yeah.
are these like flak jackets like stop bullets flak jackets, or are they like the undershirt like what are these? Are these like what you see soldiers having downrange, or are they like what bodyguards wear under their suit?
They would be because they okay. So according to the hunter rules, those are exactly the same, right? Because they simplify the system. I know. I'm with you.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah.
But just now I described them as civilian level. So
Okay,
they're going to be
yeah.
that's going to be the quality of them, right? The stuff
Yeah,
you could buy from
Kevlar
like
vest and flak jacket.
Spartan gear kind of, stuff,
Right,
right?
yeah, not- So not like a full-blown flak jacket.
Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah.
you're not getting that under your clothes.
No.
Not without looking
but according
very
to
weird.
According to the Hunter the Reckoning armor system, Kevlar vest and flak jacket are the same level of armor. But you and I are both aware that is not the case. But
I mean, yeah.
simplify
Yeah.
system for gameplay.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm more thinking of the aesthetic.
The aesthetic,
Like,
yeah,
is
yeah.
it over or under our clothes?
Yeah.
Like, I've got it under my cardigan.
Excellent.
It's a little bit of Velcro kind of sticking out under the cardigan, and people can see.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm thinking almost akin to a motorcycle jacket with armor plates and stuff. I don't know if that's the same thing or
that's what he was asking. So it's more going to be
Yeah,
like
okay.
the Velcro-y vest thing that says SWAT on the back that you see in movies that they always put on. And it seems to protect them from all kinds
Cool.
of damage.
Cool.
But it's going to be more like that. If you look up like Spartan gear that sells civilian body armor, that's what you're going to be looking at.
Okay.
Essentially.
anything else? Or are we good to go? Because I got a phone call I gotta
Hmm.
make.
I've got a bomb I gotta make.
He finishes counting the money and he just kind of like salutes you with it and he's like, "Always good doing business with you, Ophelia."
Be on standby. I might need more later.
Sure. Got enough to go buy some more, but don't die. I mean, you're my best customer.
Keep that on the down low. I'll try to not die.
He tosses you a small bag of white powder and then climbs into his car. He's like, "That's on me."
Good man. Good man.
That's a friend right there.
I mean, she just spent a decent amount of
Really
money.
need
He's like,
more cocaine."
I'll throw in some cocaine, whatever. It's fine.
We always need more.
Listen. It just so happens that my weapons dealer also happens to be my drug dealer. We don't talk about it.
The contacts is contacts,
mean-
man.
Contacts is contacts. And when you got 3 dots, that's
I mean, where do you think he buys the
Contacts.
stuff? People who sell
One-stop
cocaine.
shop, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Good for business. It's like how Walmart has candy at the checkout aisle.
Yeah.
Full
Exactly
bags of
like that.
cocaine and hand
Yeah,
grenades
yeah.
are the impulse items.
Exactly like that.
Well, that's what I keep on my front door, actually.
You do cocaine, you need another gun. You shoot the gun, you want more cocaine.
okay. Exactly.
Do you want to go buy your Coke without a gun in the vicinity? No.
No, I don't think so.
Stay strapped.
All right,
Stay sure.
make a bomb, and then I'm gonna make a phone call, and then we're gonna kill a motherfucker.
He would have that as a bumper sticker as he drives away, but it's a nondescript vehicle, so it doesn't say stay
Yeah.
strapped. There's no bumper sticker that says stay strapped.
But he does have the that little circular NRA sticker.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
Like right
Um,
next to the circular Marine Corps sticker.
Yeah.
Just because that way he looks normal for
For the
this
air.
part of the
Marine.
country.
Exactly. Exactly. mm. Chaz.
Chaz,
Mm.
my boy.
All right.
How do you get named Chaz and end up selling guns and Coke? That's the least arms dealing name.
I'm buying it.
I actually
all the
know a
way
guy out here who used to sell drugs. His name is Chaz. So
Fair enough. Fair
real
enough.
guy.
Dude, 'cause
So when she
Chaz
said
is
that, my
such a-
mind immediately went to neck tattoo Chaz that I know who used to sell marijuana before it was legal.
All right. Bomb now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Make a silver bomb.
Yes.
That's a
And then-
crafting roll. That would be a technology.
Actually,
is it
nope.
not?
For me, it is composure and science.
Ah, yep. That tracks too.
Any chance I can provide a help die?
Yeah, of course. Joseph knows some things about crafting some stuff.
I have ordnance and dots in science.
Yeah, absolutely. You can throw in a
Okay.
help die. So give one more die to Ophelia on this one.
Okay.
Oh. Hey.
Hey, look at
5
that.
successes.
You got yourselves a silver nitrate bomb.
Let's fucking go.
And just to be clear, when this goes off, is it gonna be an explosion?
I
Or
also
is it gonna
make
be like a gas thing?
I also have the perk that lets me make multiples. So I actually have
Oh.
2 of these.
Nice.
Right, because you
Good.
went over. You had a margin. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 explosives. Now that is the question: do they explode in a gaseous explosion of silver nitrate, or do they go kaboom? Is
They-
it
Gas,
shrapnel or gas?
Yeah, it's gas.
Cool.
Yeah. So I imagine
Because,
it's
my whole thing.
it's one of those cylinder type grenades that you toss in, and like a smoke grenade, where it just
Yeah.
blows out like the colored smoke. But it's gonna
Mhm.
be silver nitrate, right?
Werewolf killing juice.
Yeah.
Werewolf
Wait.
juice.
Yeah.
You know,
Very
that's
good.
what you used to make more werewolves.
So this this bomb won't necessarily ignite the RV. Like it won't ignite the RV, but it will hurt the werewolf inside.
Okay.
So that's a note for those that
Uh,
intend to burn down the RV. That
Yeah.
there'll have to be a separate ignition for that process.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna have one team on the lake side of the RV is gonna come up from the water and use their abilities to keep him from leaving that way.
Hmm.
One on the south side, or the south end, one on the north end with Lydia, and some coming through like across the fire pit, and presumably through the rest of the Nightjar Riders to hold him in from that side. And everyone's going to be concealed, so it looks like I'm here alone
Mhm.
till we get him in the trailer.
Okay.
And once you see, I guess once you hear that silver bomb go off, let him have it.
By let him have it, you mean unload guns into the trailer?
Mhm.
I mean, pin him in with magic,
Ah, I see.
Oh.
Okay.
and then we'll light the trailer on fire after I'm out of it.
And the intent for that is the holy grenade things that Mama Gigi provided.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think several people have repelled the unnatural.
Also true. Also true.
Yeah. The magic grenades and repelling the unnatural to hold him in the trailer while we burn it down.
So everyone who
And
has
using Haley
repelled the
Silver.
unnatural, raise your hand. Okay.
And I think Mama Gigi.
And I got it hands free on the last.
Cool. So you don't have to hold anything. You just kind of do whatever it is that you do to hold things in place.
All my the unnaturals are hands free.
Got it? Do. Cool. I'm just checking the notes so that I know what to do when you do your thing. So you'd make a edge test, which would be resolve plus occult, I believe.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna I know the difficulty because it's the difficulty, right, of the creature. Got it. Coolio. I think I'm prepared for this. Now, when you called for JJ, you asked for him to be alone, correct?
I haven't called him yet.
Oh, okay. All right, we haven't got that far. Your plan was to call who suddenly can't remember his name. The one
It
dude.
was either going to be Bubs.
Yeah.
I was either going to call him, or I had a thought, since we just learned that he has a cousin
Mm-hmm.
who's probably also a werewolf,
Potentially.
who is also a werewolf, that I could call her and have her relay the message, be like, yo, I think your cousin's about to make a dumb decision. I hear you're the rational one.
Mm.
Can you bring him to meet me out at this trailer park? Which tells us if they show up together, similarly minded to kill me, then we get 2 werewolves. If they show up together and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Then we have a better chance of convincing him to just fuck off. And if he shows up alone, then it didn't work and she's probably not involved. I'm basically vetting her by how she responds to this message.
Okay. Which
And if it's-
which method do you want to follow up with? Because Mama Gigi's team, she's getting a little tired. She's been up all night. She's old, but she's just kind of half sleeping in the RV until you wake her up, tell her it's time.
Mm-hmm.
Her people do have the number to call Myrna Jackson.
I'm going to call Myrna Jackson.
Phone rings for a little bit, and someone answers. Myrna Jackson.
Good morning, Ms. Jackson. You don't know me, but I know your cousin, JJ. I'll just
all right.
level with you.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting himself into a pretty bad situation. He's been in a bad situation for a while, but it's about to get a
Yep.
whole lot worse.
Mm.
And I'd like to recruit his help, maybe, or just get him out of it. Me and some of my friends are tuned into the usually unseen side of things. And given you and he and your respective connection, I don't think he's fully aware of what the Baron and Lancaster companies are involved in, and I'd like to discuss that with him and maybe get him out of this before it's too late. If you guys can come and meet me at was it the Lansing Trailer Park?
The Lakes End.
Lakes End Trailer Park. I hear you're the rational one. Maybe we can talk some sense into him and make a bad situation a little bit better. Are you following this?
Yes.
Does this all make sense to you?
Yes, I am. How did you get this number?
I don't really think that's the important detail right now.
Lakeside Park, RV park. You're saying?
As soon as possible, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if he'll move without his gang, but obviously that would be better.
Well, thank you for calling me, whomever you are, and I'll relay your message.
Look forward to meeting you. Or not. We'll see.
And then she just hangs up. Yeah. So you both just hang up on each other like right then.
Yeah. So let's see what that does. Always gotta roll them dice. Always gotta see what's up.
Okay. Anything
When Alex
else?
dies, found out is gonna be on her tombstone.
Anyone have anything else that they need to do before something else happens?
I mean, are we low on Molotovs?
I think we have like 5,
Yeah.
All right, we're good. I'm not gonna. Yeah, we're good.
plus the 2 we planted in the trailer to burn it up.
That's right. The trailer is set to ignite if the right amount of flame hits it. So
Cool.
You're
So
set up.
hopefully not heavily scented. Like in a contained way.
sure. I mean, there's going to be some scent lost from a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is an abandoned RV near the RV park. It's and as was indicated when you first explored it, it is a place where apparently teenagers like go in and fuck around, right? Like and homeless people and stuff. It probably already smells like all kinds of different things, so
Okay. All our vehicles out of the way. And everybody but me hiding in the tree line or down by the water.
There's not a lot of cover, but there's enough that most people are hidden. You're a little worried that some of them Lydia's hiding behind the RV, assuming that he's coming from the normal entryway, and he's not just suddenly showing up on a boat from the other side. Right? Like assuming that he's coming the way that a normal vehicle or motorcycle would, she's hidden, but she is also really not hidden because there's not a lot of cover.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anything else? All right. About 30 minutes or so after you make your phone call to Myrna Jackson, you hear the rumble of motorcycles in the distance. It sounds like a many of them.
What about the pack?
Eventually, you see them coming up the road in time for them to turn off and head down the windy dirt path that leads to the RV park area. It's just as soon as they hit the gravel, it just starts kicking up dust all over the place. But you can see he did bring the entire gang.
Cool. As they roll in, I get up and walk over to the trailer. I'll just make eye contact with... Oh, do I see a woman with them? An
Nope.
unusual rider?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And so when they roll up, most of them are quiet, but JJ on his faster than everyone motorcycle gets there first, because he doesn't ride like a Harley. He rides like a street racing bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mentioned that before. He shows up first, and he immediately gets off and almost jumps off and starts throwing his helmet off. He's like, "Where'd you get calling my cousin?
You've been hard to communicate with. Come on, let's talk. and I go inside the trailer.
Hicks the others, they all kind of start chuckling as they're like stopping their bikes. He's like, okay, let me get this straight. You want to go into an enclosed space with me?
Yeah.
Girl, you're dumb as fuck. All right.
I came into your bar.
Yeah, I know. But now I know you're not just some ghoul, and he's like approaching you. That you actually are some kind of hunter. Couldn't read that before. Couldn't smell that before.
I can be hard to read. My friends tell me anyway.
So I have realized. And one of his guys steps up. He's like, JJ, you sure you want to do that? He's like, you see the other hunters? You think the four of them together might take me down? They all kind of start laughing again a little bit. He's like, from what I've seen, I don't think you guys are going to be able to do shit. He's like, but if I give the signal, you know what to do. They all start kind of getting off their bikes and preparing for stuff. They start pulling things out of bags and things. For those of you that are watching from the outside, they're grabbing a bunch of weapons. Some of them are guns, but a lot of them are like crowbars and knives and stuff.
Any kind of like military grade guns, or is it pistols?
Nah, it's mostly pistols and stuff.
Okay.
There's no like TAC-5s or anything. No automatic firearms of any kind, or no tremendously illegal weaponry. Just a lot of guns that they probably bought off of people who probably got them at sporting goods shops and stuff like that.
A lot of estate sale weapons.
Yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I go in the trailer.
Okay.
I walk into the back half and I wait for him to enter.
Mm-hmm. As he comes in, the trailer rocks a little bit, even though he's a small, thin guy. He gets in. Lets the door snaps closed. You know, it's got that spring. He's like,
Here we are
Okay.
again.
here we are. Your friends must be
So-
very small unless they're somewhere else.
I'm gonna sit down and take sort of a. Truth is, they think this is a bad idea. They didn't support me trying to reach out to you. They think you know and are willing to just destroy the world. I think there's more to it. Honestly, I think there's more to most of this. Like, a lot of hunters call you monsters, but monsters are people with
Mm.
stuff going on. You know?
It's a pretty refreshing take, honestly. All the hunters I've encountered tried to kill me, so I killed them first. You're still
That-
alive, though. Gotta put that on you.
And you may have been the first creature I met when I got into town, but I've met a few since. You know,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Patty, tree thing.
Yeah, you burned that shit down. That really pissed off her brother.
Yeah. Want to avoid that conversation, which is why most of us are skipping town, and why I am skipping town.
Yeah, weren't you supposed to be out of
After
town?
this.
And he kind of looks at his watch. He's like, 12 hours ago?
Yeah. And honestly, we would have. We found out milk wasn't the existential threat to mankind that we thought it was. You know, not going to turn everybody into plant zombies. Do I see a response on his face to plant zombies?
Yeah, he like starts looking to the side. He's like, is that what that shit does?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
We found out about Hope's Garden. We found out about the horrible thing that lives under Morgan, and that's about when everybody decided to ditch. Once we found out there's something under this town, it was like, this is above our pay grade. But I was thinking, what little I know about your kind, if I may use the term, like not typically about burning everything down. And I get that bad things happen and people like, you know, I feel like I'm not making my point.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Don't see what you're getting at here. You start talking real fast.
Okay. I use some magic to do the shit I do. That's why you thought I was a ghoul. I'm maybe closer to your side of monsterhood than I am to the rest of my friends. And I choose to use those powers to try and protect people who don't know they're in danger. And I got those powers because some fucking horrible shit happened to me. Like, just watching a parent go down a horrible spiral. And being there and being a kid and not being able to get out of it. And I hope that you can see a way to change your mind, to not help the Barons and the Lancasters with this monster, and to work against them. To like, because here's the thing. If we had a werewolf on our side, they'd come back. We would have a serious edge on these vampires, who are asleep, by the way. It be in the daytime. That's why I called you here. That's why I called your cousin first, because I don't know if she's informed on all this. I don't know what her deal is. But honestly, I didn't think coming from Bubs the message would mean as much.
Yeah, you scared the shit out of her with that. See,
Sorry.
It's not the kind of thing I usually talk about, but you decided to be open with me, so I figure you're going to be dead in about 5 minutes anyway, so might as well be open with you.
Easy to be honest with dead people.
Exactly. See, the thing is, I don't like hunters. I don't like hunters for the same reason that Myrna's afraid of you. Because a long time ago, a bunch of your kind killed my entire family. Myrna just happened to not be there. She was at school, so she didn't get caught up in it. And I only managed to escape because I was outside. You know, it doesn't sit well with me. As the fucking guys who killed my family tore out of there, they ran right past me, and I didn't stop them.
Okay. So are we doing this?
Well, make a manipulation
check?
plus persuasion roll for me if you could.
Let's fucking go.
Come on, come on.
Manipulation of 3 plus persuasion of 2.
Yeah.
This isn't desperation or anything. This is just
Your
me.
desperation is stealth, right? And subterfuge?
It's criminal activity, and this doesn't feel like that. This feels like open heart-to-heart conversation.
Yep. This is an honest moment. Yeah.
A weirdly honest moment between two people who might be about to die.
Because you're being so honest though, I'm gonna give you an extra die because you're being
Let's
honest
go.
as shit with him.
Yeah.
Great storyteller.
And I'm probably going to use will.
Oh my
Oh my
God!
god, 7 successes.
Wow.
3 10s for 7 successes.
Let's fucking go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he sits there and you ask him that. So we gonna do this? And he just kind of thinks for a second and he goes, no. No, I don't think we are. I think you're making a bit of a point. See, I got no problem with what Barons and Lancaster do. This whole world is shit and just needs to burn anyway. I'm just trying to get as much out of it as I can before it all just gets caught up in all that environmental shit that's happening, all the toxins being spewed. And all Barons and Lancaster are trying to do is just speed that along. So I got no problem with that. But you made a point in there. You said, something about them coming back. And some part of me has always thought that maybe they're so keen on destroying the world is because it's not going to affect them. That those assholes are just too rich, too powerful, that while the rest of us fucking burn and the planet sinks into the third level of whatever the hell kind of place exists, we just become some burned out husk, that they're just going to keep on ticking. And when you said that, I thought about that for a second. You might be right.
Okay.
So,
Would sort of fit the vampire MO to fuck everybody but themselves.
it does, doesn't it? It does.
Yeah.
Like I said, their plan doesn't bother me that much. But, I kind of get the feeling that they're kind of fucking each other over in the process. And so at some point, we're going to get fucked too. So,
Yeah.
I'm not with you, because I honestly don't care. But I guess I'd just kind of like to see how you play out. Because either they're going to kill you, or you're going to kill them. Either way, JJ wins.
So you'll sit it out.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe the Nitro Riders are just gonna take a ride to New Orleans, see what's going on over there. Here, there's some good things to see, some people, new people in town, maybe a couple of different houses that we might check out, some ladies that are visiting.
Okay.
Just for a day, though, because the day is all you got. If you get my meaning.
It's all we're gonna need.
Well, not for me. He looks at his watch again. He goes, "You have exactly 12 hours. And either this whole thing is going to come crashing down around you, or my boys and I are going to be having fun in New Orleans."
Like I said, day's all we need. And I'll stand back up, come over, have fun. Call me when you get there.
Don't think I will. Just to make you wonder.
And then I come back out of the trailer.
And JJ comes up behind you.
And I'll watch them get on their bikes and ride away.
Yeah. He goes walking up to his group, and they're all confused, right? They have no idea what's going on, because they all seem to be ready for a fight. And he just goes, "I'm thinking we're all going to take a ride up to New Orleans." And, like, a couple of dissenting, kind of confused murmurs in the back. He's like, "Yo, it's been a while since we've been on a ride. Let's do this." And then some other guys are like, "Oh, well." He's like, "I mean, listen, I'll buy the first rounds." And then a bunch of guys are like, "Oh, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, all right."
Yeah, when Alex walks out of the trailer, I kind of just shake my head in frustration and hand Joseph the $5 from the bet that we made.
For real?
you.
Awesome. Cool.
Watch our
Oh,
riders kick on their motorcycles and they all just start heading out. It's a lot of
My heart
gravel
is
and dirt
pounding.
that gets tossed all over, but they ride off.
Alex sits down, and Everett needs a minute.
So I'm guessing since they're leaving, they're neither helping nor hindering us.
They're out of town. They're off the board. As far as this goes, he also was nice enough to tell me that whatever they're doing with the thing underground, I'm assuming everybody's circling back up. Whatever they're doing is gonna be done in 12 hours.
Sometime right after sundown, essentially.
Fuck.
We have today to kill the Barons, kill the Lancasters, kill whatever else we can find, and go into the dig site and kill whatever's down there, or rebury it, or whatever.
Then I
And
guess
I'm
we gotta
gonna
get
take a little
killing.
minute. I'll be
Mhm.
right back, y'all. And Alex is gonna go smoke a giant joint.
I recover the Molotovs and the silver bombs just on the
Yeah.
odd chance they come up again.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back.
I wonder if silver is effective against other supernatural creatures.
Couldn't tell you, but
Yeah.
we
Well,
might
I
have
mean,
to
it's
find out.
renowned
in a
for
minute.
its purity and ability to. I mean, silver acts as a natural. The word is escaping me right now.
Antimicrobial.
Yeah, it's good for that, and so I wonder if there are other supernatural creatures that we could,
I
use
I
this.
Might be
mean,
right.
in the movies, vampires usually go like ballistic off that shit.
Yeah.
Mark is on his wheelchair and he goes, I don't know. Movies will say that, but I haven't really heard anything about that in the lore per se. But
At the very
maybe
least, the fragments will.
fragments for sure. Fragments will definitely hurt them. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just the same as a bunch of small shrapnel in the air. But they don't breathe, so not going to be breathing any of it in.
Eyes.
Oh, it's a good one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good point.
Hey, if things go well, we won't have to find out tonight.
Fair.
I guess let's pack our shit up and find where they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Do you know where they're sleeping?
Any idea on that?
I think we got some clue that the penthouse we didn't check out has a vampire in it. Am I remembering that right, or am I crazy?
The penthouse across from John Etienne
Yeah.
or Etienne. No, there was no indication whatsoever about who lived in that apartment.
We're talking about where we think vampires sleep. That still seems like a reasonable guess, at least for now.
Yeah.
I mean, other clues.
Don't we know? Like, don't the Barons and/or Lancasters have like a big family home somewhere? did I
More
miss
than
that?
likely. More than likely, yes.
Google
There-
mansions.
I was gonna say that other ghoul worked for one of them. Maybe I could.
Now the
hop on
ghoul.
to-
Now the ghoul. That's a different story. That person would be easy to figure out where they lived. Especially
And I was
since
wondering-
I think you stole his wallet and some other stuff from him.
Mhm.
So
I was wondering if I couldn't use watching Big Brother to get, maybe like try and find like what are some routes these people go, what directions do they head often, and that could get us on the way. You know what I'm saying? a face that we know is a bad guy, and then we follow the security cam footage.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy who met with the senator.
Yes, that guy is specifically who I was thinking about, since he got
Perfect.
away, with his life still intact.
He was a Lancaster, right?
You're talking about the other person that was with the senator, that the state congressman that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Patty's brother.
Oh yeah, that's well, you want to find out about his brother. He's the head of like Barons. He's Stanson Barons.
Okay, Barons.
Yeah, and he was in the diner all day. You would probably be able to track him because his car was the limousine parked in the parking lot that stayed there all day.
Yeah, pretty conspicuous.
Yeah.
Let's get him.
So,
Sorry, I just averted our first real combat, but it
No.
felt like the right move.
Hmm.
fighting a werewolf is a bad decision.
Yeah, we're not exactly equipped for that.
I was
Frankly-
waiting to see what panned out when you actually did start the fight with him based on other things you'd set up, but
Mhm.
I was gonna let you convince him, and you did. So it's like,
$1 million roll right there.
That was yeah.
yeah. Considering that I knew his difficulty and you beat it, so I was like, well, that guy's like, well, fuck it, let's just take a ride to New Orleans.
If 7 successes didn't beat it,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. It also felt like a proper.
Whoa,
We
one
can talk about
second,
that
guys.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Let's go. What? 1 second. What?
Cameron, are you saying something?
Okay, Cameron. Oh, okay, gotcha. No, he stepped away.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Let's see if we can figure out where they're living.
Mm-hmm.
We can also we know Hope's Garden's a bad news place.
It's true.
But we are gonna look like assholes burning a church garden.
The church is isn't it a Catholic church? They got it coming. Father Mark, it's not any of their fault in particular, but as an organization.
Because we do have a rogue nun with a cult.
That's whose fire is for. At least in our line of work.
Rogue nuns with cults. That's what fire is for.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it.
the cult part, really.
Yeah, cults are bad. Don't
We don't
usually
have
make
very
fun of them.
long, so we might just have to do an arson spree.
Can
I don't think.
Can I do like a library check based on like just a bunch of the books that we've recovered as well as the records and stuff that we've got from the dude we inherited the safe house from, to see if there's any kind of indication where the Barons and Lancasters might be hiding?
You want to search Jason's family's books to see if there's records.
I mean, they're mine now.
Yes, but
I paid
the
for it.
the father who was a hunter who lived in this area. You want
Yes.
to check his library, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Make a library roll for me then.
Alrighty.
Resolve plus academics.
5. And do I?
You are asking a question, right?
I am gaining information while
Yep.
on the hunt.
Yep.
So let me get that. What is the desperation right now?
4.
With the werewolves out of the equation, has danger gone down at all?
Nope.
Okay, for good. We're in the final fight.
Good thought, though.
I mean, it's a fair thought. That would be an appropriate time to lower it.
If we weren't on the brink of.
Yeah.
And I-
If there wasn't a bunch of other things where you should technically be at like danger 6, but it's fine.
I think we
Ooh.
gotta fail this one.
I am gonna spend Because just re-roll the failures, re-roll ones.
It does not re-roll those
Okay.
exclamation points we have on these dice here.
All right. Then yeah, I'm still gonna re-roll the other failures.
Yeah,
though.
go for it.
I'll knock
You're
off
trying to find out
those.
where they hide, right? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Okay,
better.
then. That's a
Much
lot
better.
better.
Might be desperate critical, but it's still 7 successes.
You gonna overreach then?
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. All right.
Let's go. Let's
Fuck it,
fucking
we
go.
ball.
I mean, at this point, we're in the end game. Danger, desperation.
In this case, we can't find out. We can't fuck around until we have found out. So unfortunately, we must.
Yeah.
All right. So you got 5. That is good enough. What are your perks for your library? Do you have any perks on that?
I don't have any library perks, so I don't get the bonuses for the finding their house or anything like that. I just get the information.
Which was their house? That's what you were looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, in this case, yeah.
All right. Well, yes. What you know from the records and journals from the old hunter whose safe house you inherited and whose library you basically stole and reorganized, you come to the understanding that both the Barons and Lancaster families owned some estates in town or right outside of town in some of the property areas in Berwick. However, there's also a notation in his notes that they were destroyed in the hurricane that struck Morgan City and yet to be rebuilt. However, while that is the case and that is the information you find, you are also aware that he was taking meticulous notes on the building of the Purity Meadows complex because he noted the Barons and Lancaster name attached to basically every contractor that was working there.
Sounds like we're raiding Purity Meadows.
Yeah.
Let's go.
If nothing else, we'll find out what was in the basement.
And a basement is never where a hunter wants to be.
Yeah. Either the basement or the penthouse. I don't think there's anywhere in between.
How do we
Well-
evacuate the building before doing arson without alerting the police?
Well, someone may or may not have backdoor controls of the building's entire systems.
Right? We
Someone
already
might.
took the place. So let's go.
Could I set off the fire alarms but turn off the sprinklers and any way it notifies outside authorities?
Yes, yes, and yes. So those things, while they work in conjunction, are not necessarily intrinsically tied to each other. A fire alarm will go off without triggering any kind of fire suppression system. Fire suppression system, when it goes off, will trigger the alarm. Anytime the alarm goes off, it will alert the authorities, unless the cellular device that connects to the system does not send the signal. So the system could be going off inside of a building, and the building will not notify the police department if there's a failure in that cellular device, which is unfortunately usually just one control panel somewhere that is connected to a battery and connected to power so that it can continue to run autonomously if the power were to go out. And that battery has something like 20 hours of life or some jazz.
So we go into Purity Meadows real quick. Is that what we're doing?
Sounds like it.
So the answer to your question is you could set off the fire system, the sound system anyway, that the klaxons and the alarms and the blinking lights and all of that stuff, also known as Pesnos, that make all of that noise and it not send a signal to the fire department. And it also would not set off the fire suppression system.
Perfect.
You could also set off the fire suppression system and get it not to trigger the sound system. These are things that you could do.
I'm looking just for the sound.
Yes.
So that's the only part I want to end up setting off.
Mm-hmm. It's actually surprisingly easy to keep it from sending a signal. You just have to cut the right cord at the right place.
Very handy.
Things
Okay,
you know when
Purity
you
Meadows.
work in that kind of building. I mean, fortunately, that sort of system is usually pretty hard to get to. But if you have the knowledge, which someone who I don't know has taken the entire system under their control, they would probably have access to that knowledge. It would give you a location, it's going to be a random set of numbers, but you can cross-reference that to a schematic to figure out where that is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Let's go raid some
Sorry
apartments.
about
I
your
guess.
apartment, Ophelia.
I have no attachment either way.
It was your safe house for about 6 minutes.
I want that fucking deposit back, though.
We're about to kill all your landlords, so I don't know about that.
Might collect on a pretty decent renter's insurance check, though.
Yeah, take out some insurance now.
I already had insurance.
Yeah. Probably something pretty hefty too, like $100,000 or $200,000 policy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cashing in on that check.
Anything we do in the trailer park before we go to Purity Meadows? Other than recover our shit and
I mean, Mama
Yes.
Gigi and Ray are going to go home and go to bed, but they understand that there's something big happening by the end of the day, so they're ready to answer a call if needed. They're willing to help to an extent, obviously.
that call's probably gonna come late. But yeah.
They ride off in a boat. They don't walk away. They get on the boat that was there and they just off across the lake.
Cool. Yeah. Off we go. Purity Meadows. Here we come.
Bradley comes up to you, Dr. Dreyfus, and he says, "Sir, how do you want me to? Do you want me to
I
go?"
thought I sent Bradley away to go
Right, you did. So
visit his
he's.
family.
Oh, that's right. So he's out of town. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
he's off
he's
to
out of
visiting
town.
us. Got it. Never mind. Forget what I said. Anything. Bradley is already off visiting family and no longer part of the equation. Good, because I was going to ask you if this would be a good time to send him away and not be around any of this business.
Yeah, I don't need to kill my grad student.
Okay. All right. So it's the four of you getting in the van, heading back to
Mhm.
Purity Meadows.
Well, probably in the RV with Mark driving and Lydia on hand.
Got it. The RV. What about the van? Is it just gonna stay here?
Do we take two vehicles?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think that's safer.
Cool.
Have a backup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, does Mark have any tips? Like, first of all, vampires in like an apartment building seems whack,
Yep.
but
Real whack. Well,
a lot of this has been pretty whack.
it's gonna be. Got to worry about collateral.
I think that's what the fire alarms are for.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's smart. That's smart. When the alarms go off, likely vampires are going to have a ghoul or two. It will be hard for them to wake because it will be daytime. So that's smart. You might have that on your side, but don't underestimate the ghouls.
I would also if I were a vampire, I'd have a back exit that leads underground.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like we should take the basement first to cut off their retreat.
Do we want to sneak around in the basement before we, set off the alarms?
I think so. Make sure they don't have another way out. Other than that, it's just going to sort of be room to room, right?
If they're not in the room you think they're in, and likely they're not.
So this could take some time.
Mm-hmm. You'll know when you're at the right room, though, when whomever protects them during the day starts to defend them. If you go into a room and there's a person who seems to just be standing there, you're at the right place.
All right.
Because if you're setting off the alarms, people who have no idea what's going on, they're going to go into the hallway or look out the window or other such, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unless they're incredibly deaf or ignoring the alarm and trying to go about their business, they will still not just be waiting, if that makes sense.
Sure. Okay. Also, hey, real quick, I know we're like anti-vampire for sure, and we've never really had a discussion about a stance on werewolves, but we did just let one go. We cool?
The greater good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I certainly have never had any interactions with werewolves before, so I can't say if they are, if they are as innately evil as vampires. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, dude was a dick, but he's got a pretty good reason, so.
He can be dealt with after the children sacrificing monster has been buried.
Yeah, if we gotta do it, let's do it later. Okay.
Priorities.
Priorities.
That's two monsters that you know exist and are going to deal with later, potentially.
Mm-hmm. We are really taking the scalpel approach here.
Well,
which I'm about.
If the werewolves and the crypt keeper, as it were,
yeah,
they aren't trying to end the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's where I am a little more forgiving at this point.
Yeah. Priorities for sure. Cool. Off we go.
You arrive at Purity Meadows relatively quickly. It is not that far of a drive, and you know the path. It's right off the main road. So once you get back onto the main road and you let it curve your way into town, it becomes that main thoroughfare. And so it's a straight shot, essentially, to get to Purity Meadows. It's a very quick drive, as most things are in this area. But you arrive at Purity Meadows, and one of you has a parking pass to get into the secured garage underneath. That would be the van. Hence the question about whether or not the van is going to. There's a parking pass that opens the secured gates. The RV, on the other hand, doesn't have that capability, and the gate will start to close before it can go through. And Mark will stop because he will not be able to get the RV into the garage without getting hit by the huge gate that opens and then closes behind somebody. It's a big steel door.
I cast my magic spell on the door.
You and your technology. So you're gonna hack the door and make it open for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Door starts to open for him. Mark goes, "Oh, figured just bark on the street," but looks at Alex.
Start waving him in.
Is that your Mr. Wizard friend there? Did that, you think?
Yep.
Got it.
I wouldn't call him that to his face. His head's pretty big already.
I mean,
It's true.
Gotta say, it's kind of nice having a tech guy on the team for once.
I know. We get a lot done as a bunch of violent rednecks, but for real, he knows what's up.
He rolls
Whatever
in.
the rednecks.
The garage is pretty cramped. It's pretty rough for the RV, but he gets just out of the way of the drive passage and parks in basically 4 spots that he crosses over. Sure, these are someone's spaces, and maybe at some point someone will come and complain that someone is blocking their paid-for monthly spot. But
But they're gonna complain to the management office. We live there now.
correct. Yeah, it's gonna take
I
a
am
while before
management.
anything gets done about it. And that'll be plenty of time to do what you have to do and leave.
All right. The parking garage is under the rest of the place, right?
Correct. There's also a elevator that takes you right up into the building.
Okay. Is there any other basement area?
Yeah, there's a loading area. There is definitely a basement. So there's a lower service level, which is the basement level. And then there's beyond that would be the parking garage. So the parking garage goes down like at least a floor before it starts to become parking. Does that make sense?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. So the parking, the basement areas is indicated previously when we talked about the Purity Meadows. There's essentially 2, and there's 2 different elevators that go to them. And in between would be the entrance to the parking garage. And one section leads to like the loading dock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Joseph, get upstairs. Cut cameras to the basement, because
There weren't any.
just running. Good, perfect. Running on a hunch, I feel like if there's a secret exit somewhere, none of us human peoples are going to be as good at finding it as a couple of actual wolves.
Mm.
Lydia has several trained wolves.
I can also send one of them. Well, no, that drone got busted. Never mind.
Sorry. But yeah, we should search the basement and the parking garage for alternate ways to basically sewer access.
Mm-hmm. To get to the basement, you have to actually go up to one of the floors and then go to the far end, one of the hallways, to get to the elevators. Like I said, there are 2 different elevators that go down. One goes to the garbage room and one goes to the laundry room, as indicated on like the laundry chute and stuff like that. Felia's aware of the whole idea of she can drop her laundry down there. It's part of the services this place provides. It gets washed, it gets folded, and brought back to her apartment.
Yeah, that's a solid exit right there. You gotta shoot, go straight down into the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go. You can't. It's not in the lobby level. You have to go to one of the floors first, and then. But you have access to that. I'm just letting you know that that's the process and
Okay.
procedure.
Yeah.
Are we just sort of just letting the wolves go in, or are we all following?
Actually, I was thinking the wolves would search the parking garage for alternate exits. If we should load up and check the basement ourselves.
Okay. I have my Boston Dynamics guy walking around with me.
Okay.
You want to? Does Joseph want to physically be there, or do you want to be command center?
I can just
building. from
yeah. I'll
upstairs?
just yeah. I think that's well. Because I'm not hooked up to where everything ended up, I don't know what I can get access to. But we need to find out if Mr. Etienne is home.
That is a good point. Take the elevator to the top. Go open his door. Didn't we run him out of town?
You had
we
made
were
a
gonna have a
plan to
meeting with
meet him, and then you didn't go to it.
Then we murdered a senator and bounced.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I didn't.
I
forget.
saw
And in the
see-
game too.
Dude.
But yeah. Is there some way I can like I guess we already said it basically I could with the fire system stuff. So I want to look for any like key card logs and see if he's been home or if he left home, etc.
Yes, he did return home about 2 a.m. That, after supposedly meeting with you guys, you're supposed to meet you at midnight, I believe was the meeting time. 2 a.m, he seemed to have come home. And then since then, there has been some card activity.
Like
Other
his
people.
card?
Yes.
Coming or
I-
going?
Can I see like what doors it gets used on?
Various doors throughout the building, but give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Doing a thing. Okay. Yes. So it was used on a few doors in the building, and then last known use was for the laundry room door. That's what it's labeled as.
How long ago?
Well, probably about the same time that you were meeting with JJ.
Let's go to the laundry room.
I will not have my drone tag onto the laundry room. I think humans with guns who walk a lot quieter might be more equipped for this part of the mission.
Cool.
Cool.
What was that for?
I think some secret stuff is happening.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna set off the fire system after you've explored the basement, right? That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we flush them out of any rooms that they're in.
Yeah.
Or flush the civilians out and then search the rooms for vampires. Cool.
Sorry. Yes, secretive things are happening. Okay.
Cool.
Alrighty. So you go into the building and you come out of one of the elevators. I think the elevator, just look at the layout. Elevator 4 is probably the one that leads down to the garage. The elevator to the laundry chute room, essentially, right? So it ends, there's an elevator 1 would be the one that goes down to the basement area, right? Because you have garbage room on one side and laundry chute on the other side. So that means that that's probably in the middle. You are walking, and something is going on with Dr. Dreyfus. He seems to be staring off into nowhere's land for a moment. And he'll get back to you in a minute. But you just get down the hall. Seems to be same as before. Alex, is your first time here, so you notice that it is very unnaturally quiet. Even with the wolves and Lydia leading the charge right in front of you, you can hear everyone moving and walking. You can hear the jingle of whatever they've got on their collars, that, leashes or whatnot, but it all sounds like the sound itself is being suppressed or swallowed by the walls. Like, it's very quiet here. And while that might sound or feel like it was designed to be that way, so it's super quiet, it is overly quiet. Like, there's no reason for that much sound suppression built into the walls. You legitimately cannot hear anything. If there are people in any of these apartments, you can't hear them talking. You can't hear their TVs on. You can't hear them frying eggs. There's just you all. And the only reason you can hear each other is because you're all in the hallway, snapping and walking and doing things. Dreyfus,
This
you
place
also
was built for murdering.
experience this unsettling quietness of this place that seems to suppress and catch noise, like the walls are absorbing or eating it. like there's no reverberation or bouncing. You'd expect like a sound to bounce off a wall, and then you hear it down the way, but you're not hearing any of that. And being these are long, empty halls that are fairly wide, you should at least hear some echo, but there is definitely not echo. And then the thing that was happening to you, the weird strangeness that was going on in your mind starts to press itself in.
You're muted.
If you saw my note. Yep.
I think. I wonder if we are on top of the beating.
You think it's here? Thought it was in the dig site. You mean the thing, right?
There is something about Purity Meadows. The more I study it, the more I feel like it is, if it isn't marking where this being of evil is, it is at the very least a tribute to it. Like, it's this building's geometry. It strikes me. Just I can't put. I'm trying to explain it in language that I'm not even sure applies to any human tongue. This building is evil.
Well,
The building is evil.
I knew it. As soon as we got into town.
yeah, I mean, it's got a name like a chastity ring, so.
That said, good to know. Holy shit. Okay. Let's do the plan. Let's get everybody who's human, like, outside if we can.
Mhm.
Hey, Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys know what I'm gonna ask, right? Where my mind went.
Cocaine?
I mean, you're not wrong. But I was thinking the other thing that I usually suggest, which is blow it up.
Hell yeah.
Do we want to just bring this place down?
Oh, hell yeah. Let me
mean,
collect that insurance
yeah.
check. I mean, let's save the greater good.
They're not going to outrun the explosion.
Dreyfus, is that kind of what you're feeling? Like, if this is a temple to the thing underground, that we just knock it down?
If we desecrate it,
Have they been doing the sacrifices? Because they're doing the weird murder shit here?
I would like to point out that this place is so quiet, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like
When we start searching rooms, we might find
things that,
real bad shit.
Mhm.
yeah.
Have we made it to the elevator at this point?
Yes, at this point you've reached the elevator.
Going down.
Ding. Elevator door opens. Everyone gets on. And it's Lydia, Alex, Ophelia, Dr. Dreyfus, Joseph, the two dogs, and the Boston Dynamic dog, correct?
Yeah, that sounds
Mhm.
right.
Because Mark could come. This is an ADA compliant building. But
Wow.
Wow.
I love Mark, but he knows that in a fight, his abilities are limited. He was a frontline combatant who now has mobility problem.
I mean, getaway driver is still an honorable duty.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Gotta keep the engine
You ever
running.
see, there's a movie about that.
I'm
Yeah.
also sure
Doesn't
that
end
we're
well
making
for him,
him a
though.
combat wheelchair at some point.
Hell yeah.
If I get enough XP to buy him as an ally, we're getting him a combat wheelchair.
Love that.
I mean, he's already a mentor.
We'll attach a gun to the wheelchair.
Okay.
Mhm.
All
We
right.
get in, hit the down button.
Yep. Starts going down. You know, it's surprisingly smooth and quiet. Not surprisingly quiet. You expected it to be quiet as hell. But it is a smooth ride. Like, the building is relatively new and there's like freshly greased cable wires that hold the elevators. So you don't even notice the elevator's moving, but the numbers are counting down. The light is
So-
on.
So we know that they've been pulling people out of these rooms and taking them to Purity Meadows, right? Not
This is
Purity,
Purity
what's
Meadows.
the
To
Hope's
the
Garden.
basement.
Hope's
Hope's Garden.
Garden. Yeah,
So-
something like that. That's what you're aware of.
Okay. I guess I look around. Maybe it's just laundry room, but brace yourselves.
Gonna have I'm gonna have my 9mm out
Mhm.
and just kind of like kept to my side, just in case.
Arrow on string.
Okay. Door opens up. Bing! And you see a hallway that basically stretches the length of the building. But it doesn't go all the way. It stops at some point, presumably where the entrance to the parking garage is. These two basement areas are segmented by this hallway. On the one side, you've got a door that says trash, right? And on the other side, you have a door that says laundry.
Dreyfus, you got any intuition here?
I will, I guess, attempt to sense the unnatural.
And I'll cover Ophelia if she wants to move up first.
Yeah.
With call 6. What's our desperation at? 4 or 5?
4. You haven't quite reached that 5 yet.
We'll get
7
there.
successes and a critical.
Dang, yo.
I sense the shit out of that unnatural.
Hey, you waited until the end when it's important.
Yeah.
You start doing these without fucking us.
You're sort of staring down the hall, and you are getting a feel for the geometry of this building now, the energy around you, the feeling of this place, and it's definitely a dark, disturbing feeling. But most of the core cold darkness is coming from the door or the area that is labeled by the door, the laundry room.
Right?
I think they are probably laundering more than clothes.
Let's do it. I'll move up to one side of the door. Wait for Ophelia to kick it down.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take my combat boot, rest it on the door, and then I'm gonna swiftly pull back and then just with one swift motion just kick down the door.
The door bangs open, just from Ophelia's kick, because she's strong enough. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You kick that door open. You're also experienced at kicking doors open. There was a keycard reader next to it, but, you guys opted to kick the door open, so fuck
Listen,
the
let me
keycard
have my
readers.
moment.
Yeah.
Fuck the keycard reader.
Or this way.
I want my door.
That door flings open, slams against this concrete wall that is essentially this basement door. As it does, inside the room you see dim flickering lights, the sound of dripping, but you can smell various smells, mostly an iron tang in the air.
Not ideal.
Looking into the room, there are what appear to be various laundry machines and racks where dry cleaning would hang. There's various machines for that, like a conveyor belt of dry cleaning stuff. But there appear to be no workers, and instead, as you're looking into the room, you can see various body parts hanging on these hooks, and a medical table, upon which is a person currently being dissected by a tall, thin, well-dressed black man wearing an apron who turns to look at you.
I put an arrow through his heart.
All right. And go ahead and make that athletics and I forget what the combination is for arrow.
Dex, if I'm
Dex.
dude.
Yep, that sounds right. Dex and athletics roll as you try to put that
and-
arrow through him.
And as she's trying to put the arrow through his heart, I'm gonna try to put a bullet through his skull.
Pop.
Okay. Also Dex, but Dex and firearms, right?
Yep.
Because you're both like shoot.
I get my desperation for this.
You do get your desperation for this because you are opposing the quarry.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, baby. I guess I assumed this guy was a vampire,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna roll with that assumption and try to make this a good shot.
'Kay.
No, it's still okay. A decent hit. You got a much better hit. Holy
Jesus
shit.
Christ. Jesus Christ.
Fucking get him. Oh my god.
Ophelia, you're firing a 9mm, right?
And
Yep, that's a
fucking-
+3.
So 13 damage you do to this person as the same time Alex's arrow penetrates for 6. Both of you hit. First the arrow, because Alex was quicker on that because you were kicking the door open. The arrow flies through the room, nails this person through the chest. He stumbles backwards and grins this grin that seems to go all the way across his face, but not in an unnatural way. Just that he has like a kind of a weird mouth, like a Steven Tyler kind of long mouth kind of thing going on. And there's just blood that comes out over his teeth right before Ophelia's gun goes off, and that head explodes, and he
Holy
falls
fuck.
backwards onto the table and then onto the floor.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Quick question, just so that I understand. I put an arrow, I cold shot his heart, and I dealt more than 5 damage. If he'd been a vampire, he would have stopped, right?
In theory, yes. As far as
Okay.
you think, based on your limited knowledge of how vampires work.
To the fact that he didn't, either a ghoul or some freaky shit. In either case, fuck him. He's dead now.
Yeah, I don't think anybody involved in this room is innocent of anything.
No.
Knock a new arrow.
The
Okay,
wolves are
that's one.
like trying like to get free. So they're kind of barking at this sudden gunfire and stuff going on, and then Lydia shushes them down with whatever word she uses to stop them, and they stop.
No, have them scout. See if there's anything else in here.
Yeah, but they can't be just trying to attack the meat and rend it.
Right.
Right. So then she gives them the command and like the whistle or whatever it is that she gives, and they let's go, and they start sniffing about.
Cool. Yeah, fan out. Wait for any other creatures to pop up. If the wolves bark twice, that means monster over here.
You move around and realize that while some portion of the room was dedicated to doing whatever laundry comes down the chute itself has like streaks of dried blood in it, and it's very clearly used more to dispose of bodies down into this room where apparently some kind of dissection happens. There are body parts in various places and locations. Some of the washing machines have been used to just store organs. It is a gruesome sight as you all are walking around in this place, but it's all, while gruesome, very mundanely murdery. However, you do see containers of blood that have clearly been drained out of people, bags and such.
Old habits. Does the corpse being dissected have any fungus?
The corpse that is laying on the table is opened up, and there are various symbols carved into it, usually symbols in patterns of 4, where there are 4 points or there are 4 lines or things like that.
I'll plug my nose and start trying to disrupt the symbols. 'cause
5,
that
sorry,
can't
5,
possibly be
not-
good.
Wait,
Not 4.
wait.
5, sorry.
Wait,
5.
Before you
stop
do
it.
that,
5.
cool.
Uh-huh.
Before you do that, I'm gonna come over and try to figure out what they mean.
Good point.
Anybody? I got occult plus intelligence of 6 and a specialization in like chemistry and alchemy. Are these guys being transformed?
Yeah, I can occult and intelligence it as well if that's.
Yeah, both of you go for it. See what you can find out.
3 successes.
I wish my
All
watch
right,
would tell me.
Dreyfus knows more.
Ooh, us with the crits tonight.
Dreyfus, Alex, you get some connection from the symbols to there being 5 points, there being 5 repeated symbols and things like that. That it's related to something that has something to do with 5, which you immediately think of as that order of 5, right?
The
That
5 cults.
The cults,
five
yeah.
cults, yeah.
Dreyfus, you also get the same like idea from that, but more so these symbols are it's definitely not they're not uniform. They're different from different aspects and different cultures, but they all kind of relate to various symbols that meant in various cultures things about death and rebirth, reincarnation kind of things. But to you, they seem to be not so much done for a specific purpose, but as if someone was practicing cutting these symbols into a body in such a way as to not injure the organs, but in certain locations.
Okay.
Right, that this was some sort of
Okay.
ritualistic thing, but in a way that like they're going to perform it at some point, but this is practice.
Right. It's not the ritual itself. It's okay.
Can I compare it to the spell that we found to entreat the thing?
Mm-hmm. That's right. I forgot you had that.
out?
Yes. These symbols, now that you look at them, they're not exactly the same, but they're in the same sort of sequence as the symbols for that spell.
Okay. Designating sacrifices for the beast?
Well, could
Lord.
be. Very well could be. This, however, is not a child. This is like a middle-aged woman. But yeah, could be.
Okay.
The blood is in like jars, bags.
Yeah, jars, bags, other containers. Clearly, this
Well-
person, while they were doing whatever dissecty work they were doing, they were and carving work that they were doing, they were also draining the blood for containment somehow.
Could
Gotta
we
feed your clients.
spill it?
I-
Trash it all on the ground?
Oh yeah, you could easily do that.
Theoretically, the vampires are going to be dead after this, but there's no reason not to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Although, just glancing around it all looks human, right?
Mm-hmm.
No Vitae down here?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Go nuts.
I go nuts.
We will now be covered in blood.
The
Hey,
only
well
exit that the wolves find as Joseph is going nuts and like throwing these jars around and doing whatever he can to puncture and drain them, the only exit they seem to find is an exit that goes to the same loading area as the trash area. There's like a door, like a roll-up door, for a little bit bigger than people, but not big enough for a vehicle, that leads to that same platform that is the loading dock for the trash area. So, you know, likely the same place where they would offload the bodies. It's the only way out of this room.
We know some of them got taken out of here alive
Mm-hmm.
and taken to Hope's Garden where they were mulched into monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The trash is just trash.
I mean, we can check in there.
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
I
let's check
I,
in
I
there.
will keycard instead of kicking open the trash door.
The trash door is a
Lame.
big roll up door. So it goes to the same loading area where people might move in or out. Ophelia is familiar with this room. But yeah, it's a bunch of trash. There's lots of bins, and there's clearly a compactor that has a chute to it. So they take away the garbage for this place. It doesn't seem to be very full, probably because there also doesn't seem to be a lot of people that live here. So that's an interesting, but it's all trash. No bodies as far as you can tell, or any
Okay.
kind of, leftover bits.
So here's what I'm feeling now. If y'all want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the top floor, make sure the apartment is clear, take over the building, as it were. Lydia and Mark stay here by this roll-up door out of the building, because they'll have clear lines to anyone coming out of the laundry room or the trash room. Mark can there's a couple of gun ports in the side of the camper, so he can shoot from there. They can both basically get anyone trying to escape through those areas.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, we flush out the humans with the fire alarms, and then any door that's not activated by a human is a potential threat. Start with the ones that the ghoul who ran the place used last night, and then go room by room. Do what we did to that guy.
I mean, if we light it on fire though and watch the exits, do we gotta be quite so surgical about it? We're gonna burn the
I
bitch
think-
down anyway.
Yeah, but I think here's the thing. Putting arrows through a vampire's heart gives us the opportunity to capture it. And there's still a couple of things we don't know about all of this. Not to mention,
So we're gonna take him to lunch and ask nicely?
I'm gonna look over at Lydia and be like, I kind of feel like they need to know in this moment why we'd want to capture a vampire instead of just killing it.
You sure about that?
There are scientific benefits to having a vampire. Their blood does a lot of cool stuff. And the condition of being a ghoul is not something we really understand right now. We know they need blood to sort of survive. Otherwise, they turn into super addicts and or die really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
How do we avoid a slippery slope?
in what way? I mean, the vampire dies in the end for sure.
And I completely understand using their powers to thwart them. But do we risk not turning into them, but becoming no different from them if we're using their blood as well?
As I understand it, a ghoul only does the thing it does because it's addicted to the blood.
It's
And
hard.
if it can break the specific addiction or the addiction to a person, then
The
they're kind of just a super person.
So they become addicted to the
which is
vampire.
Correct. They're addicted to a specific vampire, and that can be broken.
Yeah, their entire will turns over to that creature.
And when I spoke with the Malkavian, he talked about blood the way a junkie talks about heroin.
The relationship, I mean, I suppose it depends on the ghoul and the vampire, but the relationship is not dissimilar. More or less sacred to some, but
Would there be a way to maybe cut that addiction?
That's what we'd like to know.
I don't specialize in alchemy for no reason. It's been a project for a while. And I need vampire blood to do my research.
I'll be your guinea pig.
Appreciate it, but I
So
don't actually need.
Noble one, isn't she?
Yeah, she's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Do you wanna...
So,
Yeah.
with your research,
Mhm.
what kind of medical background do you have?
Just a lot of time watching it happen and what I learned online. I'm not also the first person to be trying this.
Right. I imagine
I've got
not.
some notes from a serious chemist.
If we are if this is something this is probably not a today question, but I think you might need a me to be able to determine the medical things happening to you under the influences and the psychological things happening to you.
Mhm.
So, but I'm reluctant to use it in this fight when we don't understand what we are working with.
Oh. No, that's not. I'm not saying we drink the blood now to get stronger. I'm
No.
saying I need it
Okay.
for future research. If we defeat this dark thing, then we need a bunch of it to work with.
If there is a tomorrow, we can conduct research tomorrow.
Right, but I need
Okay.
ideally
I understand
2
that.
staked vampires worth of blood, of their blood, to do this with.
Okay.
Okay,
I can get behind that.
cool. For science.
For science.
To protect humanity.
Cool. So that's why I want to raid the room specifically, to bring a couple of them in
Makes
alive.
sense. Yeah. Well, I think once we get 1 or 2, we
Once we get-
shouldn't try to get more.
Agreed.
Okay.
Actually, Joseph,
Uh-huh.
sometimes bad guys are dumb. We know the identity of several vampires on the Baron's board. Do they own rooms in this building?
Do I know that?
If they do, they definitely didn't use their own names.
Real names.
Okay.
Anyone with especially strange looking activity, they come in right before sunrise and they don't leave till after sunset kind of thing.
That's a lot of people, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess that is like third shift and yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't
Damn
look like we've got
hustle
anything
economy.
there.
Yeah. Right. So
Let's go upstairs.
yeah. To speed things along a little bit, your plan is to go set off the alarms to get people out and start moving room through room. Is that the plan?
Resecure the penthouse floor, then yes.
Got it. Okay.
That'll give us surveillance and, I think we can lock all the doors from up there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we can see who leaves and who doesn't,
Mhm.
where they go, what they do.
Yeah. Well, you get to the penthouse floor through the elevator shaft, passing the grim gruesomeness down below. Does anyone do anything else before you leave the laundry room?
I think we're leaving Mark and Lydia to
Right. They're going to stay
take
outside the
anything out that
loading
comes
dock.
through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that goes through that area
Right.
is up against 3 magically empowered wolves, a hardcore archer, and a guy with a machine gun.
Mm-hmm. And so the rest of you are going up to the penthouse floor. The elevator door pings on the penthouse floor, and it opens up. This being the elevator 1, if I remember correctly. Elevator 1, then you are at the end of a stretch of hallway that has no doors on it, because it would presumably be the backside to all of the penthouse units. That would be on the side floors that lead, 1 to the laundry chute, 1 to the trash chute, and then down farther where there's a couple of penthouse units along that stretch and the cross in the center. So some number of apartments in this place, probably 10 on this floor versus the 26 on all the other floors.
Etienne first, right?
Etienne's apartment, you know exactly where it is. It's over by the laundry chute and hallway. Go to Dreyfus's journal because his is faster to access. Hall 1, as it were.
How fortuitous. All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Going down the hall. It's quiet, as I've mentioned before. I don't need to keep reiterating how abnormally quiet this place is. How much it feels like the sound is being eaten by the walls. Come around the turn. You come around the next turn, and you have the 2 doors that are the 2 penthouse units in this stretch. 1 goes to John Etienne's apartment, place you've been before, Ophelia and Joseph. And 1 goes somewhere else. Another penthouse. Across the hall.
Open it quietly.
You
Oh,
still
sorry.
got that, you still got that master key?
Mm-hmm. Swipe.
Okay. Door unlocks. On the other side of John Etienne's, there's what appears to be a sort of model penthouse. There's furniture in it. There's a TV. There's an internet box. But there's a whole bunch of sort of semi-eclectic artwork on the walls, and you get the distinct feeling that nobody actually lives here, that this is the place they show off to everyone else. If anyone has lived here, it's been cleaned so many times since then that there are no signs of anyone living here. All of the towels are folded and neatly set down in places. There's a table that has napkins laid out with utensils on top of it, but it's definitely not the kind of place that people live in.
What are we here for? Joseph?
I thought you'd find maybe something else. Give all the rooms a quick sweep. If you find nothing, then
Isn't this
Mhm.
where the computer system was that ran the place?
that's the other room. I can go. I have that computer. I can hook in and turn that stuff off. I
Cool.
thought you were gonna find a monster in this room.
Plenty of penthouses left.
Do you go to John Etienne's room then?
Yes.
Crossing the hall, you unlock the door to John Etienne's room. It is very similar to the way that it was before. It looked like it came out of a catalog, but with signs of life, magazines and such are on the table. The bedroom that gets slept in, and then the room that has the computers and such. It definitely looks like John Etienne has been here since, you were last here. There was what appears to be a frantic search for things inside the apartment. Drawers have been opened and things have been moved and shuffled, but Nothing's like, it's not like someone ransacked the place, right? Just that someone was looking for something, obviously.
Is there any replacement device where his computer once lay?
No.
That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna plug in and try to do the stuff to locate where the cellular device is for the alarm and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get when you get everything connected back up again, which doesn't take you that long. It's, relatively easy to put the right cords into the right places of the device that you took. You are able to get to the fire suppression system, and you can get the readout of all of the card codes and signal codes, and you're able to then take some time and match them all to a schematic of the building. It takes about an hour or so to get all that information. It's not easy. It's codes, essentially, and you just have to, match codes to different codes. So you get something that says, M5-3206 or something like that leads to a utility room when you're looking at the schematic where there appears to be nothing but electrical equipment.
Alex?
Curious, while he's doing that, is it possible Lydia investigated that body a little more? The butcher guy we killed?
Sure. If that's what you
I'm
wanted
still
to
curious
do.
if he was a ghoul.
So what did you want her to find out?
Yeah, what he was, monster-wise.
Mm-hmm. So she does spend time with it while Joseph is doing his business over there. The rest of you are milling about or whatnot. Whatever you're doing.
If there's any food in this apartment, I'll eat some of it.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of wheatgrass pre-made wheatgrass juices in the fridge. Some basic sort of lunch meat and stuff from the deli, but it's like this guy basically ate what would be considered health food, as far as you can tell. There's a couple of Kind bars or something in the cabinet, something that isn't super gross.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of case the room around
Mm-hmm.
to see if I can find anything that has any kind of weird occult geometry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's do some investigation then. So you are going to roll probably intelligence and investigate.
Okay. That will be. Four successes.
All right. Yeah. So looking around the place, you do find. I don't believe that Joseph and Ophelia took all of the IDs out of his drawer. You find some signs that stand out to you as the kinds of trigger behaviors of a serial killer, the kinds of OCD style of the suits, the trinkets that clearly seem to be gathered from probably victims based on the fact that there's just all of these IDs. And then you do find some random books on occultism, but not they're all sort of stuff you could buy at the local bookstore, as it were.
Gotcha.
And and then a biography on Jeffrey Dahmer or something. This guy just strikes you as incredibly weird, but he has a notebook that you find when you're searching around that does have basically the not the diagram, as it were. There are those symbols that he was drawing are drawn into it, but not in any way that would indicate that there's something happening with them. Just sketch notes on what they're supposed to look like, and then a description on the time and day and such that this ritual that you're aware of now needed to be done. And nighttime clearly seems to be the time it must be done for it to be most effective.
And anything that maybe indicates that it's going to be done in less than 12 hours?
No. However, Lydia, going over the body, she sends a message to Alex to let her know that he appears to be, for all intents and purposes, human. Just human. No other indicators of any kind of thing. However, he had a cell phone that her and Mark are currently trying to unlock.
I can probably help with that.
Well, you're busy putting a computer together.
Yeah, up here. Oh yeah, fair.
Did he have an ID on him?
He did have an ID on him.
Don't suppose it says John Etienne on it.
It does.
Oh, well, that solves that. We kind of just shot that guy and forgot about him. Okay.
I guess we start sweeping all the rooms.
Yeah.
Yep. Joseph, you get your system all together and you know exactly where to go to cut off the cellular technology to keep the building from sending out a fire signal. You also, just as because of your big brother and whatnot, you also do make a change in the system anyway, that even if it does manage to get a signal out, the contact number that would come from the monitoring station, which all of these kinds of things have, would call a phone that you'd want it to call rather than the phone it's supposed to call.
Got it.
Because you changed the contact number
To mine.
to yours. So they will call you rather than trying to call the building management, thinking that they're trying to call the building management.
Mm-hmm.
If a signal gets out.
Good to
Love
see.
it. Fire alarm?
Fire alarm.
Fortunately, the fire alarm is in the penthouse floor, it being the top floor of the building, and connects directly to an antenna that sticks up off the top of the building. So it's on this floor, fortunately for you all. It doesn't take you long to find it. It is in one of the utility closets. It does require a key.
Like a physical key?
Like a physical key.
Okay. We didn't want to
What
like
kind
sweep.
of lock is it?
It's just a regular sort of tumbler lock that's on the door. Like deadbolt
Would that
style.
be Dex or intelligence plus larceny?
Yeah.
Or strength?
Or, kick it down.
Yeah, okay. Kick it down.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, give it the good old fashioned college try and just
Mm-hmm.
lift up my steel toe boot and just there you go.
You kick the door in. It doesn't swing quite as hard as the laundry door, which is not really intended to be secure in any way. This is supposed to be a secure door, so it's a little bit harder, but it does break off. It makes a loud noise, and it's loud, but the hallway swallows it. However, the door to the penthouse unit that is next to this room, as you can see this card and you start to enter that room, it opens and an older man steps out and just says, "What the hell was that?"
There's a fire. We're setting off the alarm. You should leave.
Well, I don't see any fire. Who are you
It's
all?
in the basement. We are new hires by the building management. It's a hell of a first day.
What'd you do? Kick
Seriously,
that door open? You don't have no keys?
They didn't give it to us yet. They had to go to the key makers or something.
God damn it.
The-
For the
it
amount
used
that
to
I
be
pay
there.
to live in this place, you'd think that they could at least get people some keys.
Yeah, you
yeah,
would think.
Yeah, apologize about
I'm
that,
gonna-
sir.
I'm gonna go up to this guy. Sir, do you have a complaint against the building management?
Well, I got a complaint that I was just in my room reading my paper, and all of a sudden a loud bang from some employees interrupts that. I thought I paid to be silent around here.
You guys setting off the alarm?
Mm-hmm. Listen, I understand, sir. We'll try and get you reimbursed somewhat for this disturbance. But for now, there is a fire in the building, and we are required to ask that you evacuate yourself and anybody else within the apartment.
Joseph, you want to roll some kind of persuasion or something?
Does
for
he
me?
think I'm hot?
I mean, I guess it's now is a good time to utilize Joseph's prettiness.
That man is too good looking to be
So-
lying to.
Can I be assisting
He's
on
got
this
a
since I went up?
perfectly shaped
like-
head.
Yeah, you, however, don't look like. Well, I guess you could look like a maintenance person. That's fair.
Yeah,
I-
Joseph has the
You know,
gruff
honestly,
look.
I'm pretty clearly not.
A new hire. You haven't figured out the dress code yet.
I'm also carrying a bow.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, never mind then. Yeah. So charisma plus subterfuge plus beautiful.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 6 dice. This definitely
Hell yeah.
is not in my the other one, the creed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
1 and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. 5 successes.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
We
Well,
can't lose tonight.
I mean,
Everyone loves the boy.
I guess, you know, if you're trying to work on some kind of system, something wrong with the fire system, building's probably too new, got a little bugs in it. All right, fine.
Mhm.
Just, do I got time to get my keys or just to head out?
no,
You know,
sir. You don't have time to get your keys. This is a dire situation. Get the fuck out.
Apologies for her, sir. She hasn't been briefed on all of our, but yes, please leave as fast as possible. As the fire is rather dangerous.
Oh, all
I
right,
wink at him.
all right. And then he's like, Fluffy! And this little tiny dog comes running out,
Aw.
catches up to him. He's like, all right, well, let's go, Fluffy. We got to get out of here. Should I take stairs or can I take an elevator? Or what's-
Stairs.
Oh,
Stairs.
stairs. Got it. Okay. And the stairs are located right next to all of the elevators. So he just heads toward an elevator. And he's going to turn in. You can see that he's like about to turn into the stairwell. And he's like looking back to see if you're watching him. And he presses the elevator button.
Hey,
No, what? Okay, it'll-
stairs.
All right.
It'll
Come on,
take him
Fluffy.
longer.
Come on, Fluffy. And he just starts.
Do you not
Going
know
down the
the rules
stairs.
of fire safety? You never take the elevator in the fire.
Yeah, but we aren't fire marshals. We don't care how he leaves. We just want him gone.
If you're gonna have a lie, at least make it semi-convincing.
This guy's gone. Whatever. Next, as the fire alarms start going off, do we see doors opening and people exiting?
Well, you disabled the cell signal. You haven't set off the alarm yet, unless that's what you want to do.
Oh,
I'll have you make
I
a
thought
roll
that's
for
what we
that.
were. Oh, because we're getting in there. That's right. I
Yeah.
got lost a little bit in the shenanigans.
Don't forget to watch the cameras when this happens.
Yes.
So yeah, now that we've gotten to the cell signal, I've rerouted it. Now I'm gonna set off the alarms.
Okay. The alarms in the building start going off. Like you can hear the klaxons, you can see the blinkers. They're bright. If you look directly at them, they hurt your eyes. But not in a way that like actually hurts your eyes. Like you're like, but there's this like feeling, like a burning
They're
in the
really-
back of your head, like, you know, like they're hurting your retinas,
Yeah.
but not your actual eyes. In a weird way. It's a very weird sensation when that happens. But the alarms are going off. However, it's incredibly quiet. But every apartment is also making the noise. So you begin to see people on this floor. No one else comes out of any floors as far as you can tell. You do hear the distant sound of a door closing, like the stairwell door closing. So this thing's closed with a bang. But other than that, if you're watching the cameras, you can start seeing people funneling out of the building. There's a lot of elevator activity going on, for whatever reason.
They aren't being menaced
Assholes.
by Ophelia.
Yeah. Because you were just setting off the fire signal, it didn't trigger. It's like a separate trigger for the fire. Like the people can still use the elevator. It didn't turn on the fans in the roof to draw out heat because there was no smoke detected. The suppression system didn't go off, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So it's a
now I
lower
think
level
it's
fire.
our solemn duty to start making a fire as we go down.
I mean, we wanted to check the rooms that Etienne went into
Oh yeah.
and hopefully find the monsters.
Hmm.
Weird that we're like, I know we've been looking for monsters this whole time, but we're like,
Yeah, we're properly hunting now.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the nearbyest room I
I've
can
got an
see on the
actual
logs.
bow.
Fuck
So you start going room to room.
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, everywhere that we saw Etienne enter, that was
Mhm.
not his room or the laundry room.
You enter the first two, and they just seem to be empty apartments. Nothing is there as far as you can tell. Alex, you get a text from Lydia. They managed to crack Etienne's phone, and it seems that Etienne was supposed to be meeting the sheriff deputy soon, Deputy Benoit.
Interesting. Does it say where?
It indicates a place that they regularly meet. In fact, the soon is now. Etienne and he were supposed to be meeting right now.
Okay.
There's
Well-
also a text from an unknown number that tells him that he's to meet at the site at 8 p.m.
Cool. Given that he was actively carving up a body, what, half an hour ago?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing wherever he was going to meet the deputy wasn't far from there.
It was
Might have
about
even
an
been
hour
there.
ago, but yes, yeah.
Okay. He didn't look like he was leaving anytime soon.
No, he did not. So you're still on the right track. You're not wrong.
Yeah, Benoit's probably on his way here. Which means we might have to
We
kill
just-
a human.
Well, I mean,
Or something
is he-
else. I have a
is he
lot of
human
morphine.
at this point. Like,
He's at least a minion.
right?
Yeah. It's not like we have a nice things to say to the cultists at this point. Yeah. I mean, when he shows up, do you just want to grab him?
Yeah, I guess. He's someone we can interview.
Interview. Yeah, for sure. Watching the feeds, do we see anybody else? See anybody weird leaving?
No, just a lot of people slowly making their way out of the building and gathering around outside. Some people wander off.
They're gonna start calling the real fire people if we don't do something about this building not being broke.
The third and fourth rooms that you enter that Etienne had gone into are, again, what appear to be model units. The TV still has stickers on it that make it look like something's on the TV, but there's not actually anything on the TV. You know, it's got like the thing on the bottom, like has all of these apps, but it's not actually turned on.
The fuck was he doing?
The fifth room you come to is definitely the home of a middle-aged woman.
Okay.
Like the one we saw on the table.
Yeah,
Yes.
latest victim.
Pictures that you find in the apartment indicate that it was that person.
Okay. Well, shit.
Time to go.
Don't worry, ma'am. You've been avenged.
Yeah.
Was it just 5?
Yes, and then the laundry room.
Okay. How
Joseph, are
many-
you monitoring the feed actively of the building's like cameras?
Yes.
You see a sheriff's deputy enter the lobby of the building. He seems to be talking to some people, and then he stands in the lobby and he starts looking around at the various alarms blinking and going off.
He's
I
here.
text Lydia. Text the deputy. Penthouse.
Okay. Joseph, on the camera, you see the deputy standing there
Ding.
looking around. He starts talking to some people. He goes to reach for a radio, but before he does, he stops and then pulls out his phone and looks at it.
Does he proceed to the elevator, or does he keep going for the radio?
He puts his radio back and heads toward the elevator.
Yes.
He's taking the elevator. I guess we prepared to ambush him there.
Absolutely. Let's kick the shit out of this guy. I've wanted to do this since I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not going to kick the shit out of him. But, Ophelia, this is heroin. You hit him with this, he'll get all woozy.
Got it.
I mean, it's also like morphine. It's like, you know what? Don't worry about what's in it.
You know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna hide behind the door though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's
Club
coming.
him over the head.
Get the element of surprise in. Uh-oh.
So, Joseph, you see in the camera that he is standing in the elevator, pressing the 7th floor button, but nothing seems to be happening.
He doesn't have clearance. Let him in.
Oh yeah, can I turn on the elevator from here?
You can.
I do it.
Okay. All right.
Joseph picked the wrong career. Fucking TV star. Wrong bad choice.
Welcome to your new life as a hacker.
Congratulations. You've done it.
The elevator starts to come up. It then dings on the 7th floor. He comes down the hall. He then turns. He's headed toward Benoit or John Etienne's apartment.
Which is where we're lying in wait.
Mm-hmm. He knocks on the door loudly, and then you hear, "John!"
I give Ophelia the nod and open the door.
Okay.
And
come- I'm assuming he comes inside. I'm hoping.
Yeah. You open the door, so you're backing away, so he can't see you, right? You're standing behind the
Yeah.
door. Okay.
Yep.
You open the door, and he stands there for a second, and then steps in, and
And
goes,
that's
"John,
when
this is creepy as."
That's when I hit him.
All right. So you go to swing at him.
Yes.
Okay. Let's have a little bit of a roll off.
Okay. Do I get any bonus die because I'm sneaking?
I will give you a bonus die because you were laying in wait, for
Mhm.
sure.
To be clear, we're not trying to kill him, right? Because I feel like Ophelia with bonus dice is a very
Well,
lethal thing.
Is it bonus dice with the morphine, perhaps, to get in the neck?
Well, are you trying to hit him with like a lethal weapon, or are you trying to hit him with your fist?
I'm trying to like grapple him and stab him with the morphine.
Ah, okay. I got 2 successes, so just get more than that.
What do you want me to roll?
Oh, sorry. You're gonna because you're grappling with him. You're brawling, so this would be
Yeah.
like strength and brawl.
Cool.
You can beat 2. I believe in you, Ophelia.
Don't say that.
I mean, they just my seat here. I paid for the whole thing, and I'm on the edge of it. Come on. Let's go.
3.
Sorry.
Barely managed to grapple him. So you wrap him up, and he struggles against you. He does a pretty good job of struggling against you. But the two of you both are trained in, these kinds of grappling tactics and close quarters maneuvers like this. He's
Yes.
as well trained in like pain pressure points and like joint manipulation as you are. So there's this moment where you're doing a thing to him, he counters it, but then you counter the counter, etc. Until eventually, as the two of you get to middle of the room, you get him wrapped up in a grapple. And
Right
then
in the
you
neck.
eject him. Okay. He struggles against you for a moment and then starts to go limp.
Cool. Doors closed.
Okay. So he starts to slump to the floor. He looks over and he sees Alex, and he just gives you
Deputy.
like angry eyes.
I'm gonna pull out his handcuffs and cuff him.
Okay.
Take
Cuff
off
him with his
belt.
own cuffs.
Yeah, take off his whole utility belt. Make sure all his weapons are out of reach.
Okay.
I've got the dog gun pointed at him.
Cool. Nice to see you again, Deputy.
So you was at the bottom of it the whole time, and you, and he looks up at Joseph and he's like, you.
Yes, officer.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking got away.
Uh-huh.
And then he sees Dreyfus and he's like, I pulled y'all over.
Yeah. You've been dancing around us for a little while. Is worrying, honestly. But now you're like buddy with a straight up serial killer, and he's feeding vampires, and you're like telling them stuff. Damn, bro. I mean, I knew you weren't good news, but this. Damn.
What?
What did he call you about?
What?
John, what did he call you about?
He didn't call me. Call him.
About
Why?
what?
What are we supposed to do tonight? For my boss. And his boss.
Whose name is?
Hmm?
Name of your boss. I'm totally cool. I'm just gonna stay patient with this guy. I know talking through the eyes.
John Jones. Sheriff.
Okay. Your boss, the sheriff. What's he doing?
Keeping the law and order. Order. As opposed to chaos. Chaos is what you do. Order is what we do. Keeping
Again.
the order.
Serial killer.
Order of 5.
Order 5?
Order of 5. So you're part of this whole cult business.
Fuck you.
You know about the thing underground?
You gonna kill me?
We could do it slow.
Go ahead. Waste your time.
Look,
I take his phone. Start going through it.
Make a it's pretty heavily secured, so make a intelligence technology roll to hack it.
Does surveillance apply here?
No.
I don't think this is building, inventing, augmenting, or repairing.
No.
So it is just 7 dice. Sorry, that's 8 dice. Game table. 1, 8. Anything else? No. Come on.
Oh yeah,
You
you
said
get
it was-
in.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about willpowering it.
Nah, you got 5 successes. You're good.
Let's go.
You're good. So you unlock it relatively easily for you, but to everyone else that would probably be pretty rough. Right? It's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Um. All right, I am going to go ahead and do something real fast. But you get in and you can see that he has been chatting with several people. There's a whole bunch of discussion. There's a GPS location and clearly he was worried about being able to do what he was supposed to do, which was find the girl and bring her to the location.
Is she the sacrifice they're practicing for?
You don't get any of that information from his phone.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was just me thinking out loud.
Oh,
Yeah. So this, you're looking for a girl.
Mm.
Girl got a name?
He just stares at you, but Joseph, you can see like all of the emails and like the images of Lisette in his phone.
It's Lisette, Alex.
Cool. See, you're not buying any goodwill staying quiet, and we're gonna find out.
Sure. You better kill me and move on. The longer you wait, the worse it gets.
You might be right. We don't got a lot of time.
You don't.
We're
Okay.
down, what, 2 hours? 10 hours left?
Yeah. How? You know what lives in this building? What other creatures?
None.
Vampires. None?
None.
Is he lying?
This.
Can I roll to see if he's lying?
Yeah, go for it.
Be a good thing to lie about. What do I roll for that? That's still manipulation and stuff, right?
That
Or
would
wits
be like wits and insight.
Okay. Not my best dice pool. A hit.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
So there's nothing else here.
Well, there's the power. Every death gives us strength.
Gives who strength?
B and L.
Yeah, okay.
And B and
Third.
L owns this town.
Yeah, we're gonna kill them today.
You can't kill that which is already dead.
Yeah, you can. Sunlight, fire, stake through the heart. It's not that hard.
That's for a vampire.
Right.
What
They're vampires.
exact
Right?
are but are they? Do
He likes
I
correcting me.
There's a taser on his belt.
There is.
Hey, Ophelia.
Mm.
You probably know your way around one of these, right?
Yeah, it's she presses the button which makes it start to spew electricity. Like that.
Ah!
Hands. I let her hold it, and I walk over and I crouch down in front of him, eye to eye. My understanding is that if one of these hits you long enough, you might end up in cardiac arrest, but it's not a nice way to go. We know how this ends. We don't walk out of here with you alive. But if you want it to go a little nicer, a little less piss in your pants, they're going to tell us where they sleep, what they are. Otherwise, we make sure every moment of your death is agony. We can have fun with it. We are going to light this place on fire anyway. We can do it with you here.
They are something else. Sure. The boss's man, Marius. He's a vampire. Sure. I gotta clean up all of his dead bodies around the park. But he's not the only one. And then there's John, who helps me clean it up. And then there's JJ, who I don't know what he is, but he is mean and scary. But if you're talking B&L, B&L is eternal.
The thing under the lake. Does that register with him? I know he's part of the cult, but I want to
The
see if he can.
lake? No. The bayou. And the thing that lives in the bayou, that worships it. And them's the dangerous ones.
Do you know what's in the bayou?
What isn't in the bayou? Evil. And you can tell his breathing is getting very labored at this point.
Mhm.
He's trying really hard to stay awake.
This is not useless. You know where Marius lives?
You're gonna keep talking, huh? You are so dumb. My people will be here any minute. So many people calling in 911.
Problem is, he's not wrong. We should probably ditch.
Yep. I take a lighter to some drapes.
Good. But a fire on the top floor is not the best, not the worst thing.
Sure, but we're going downstairs to get to the van. Might as well get started.
I look back at him. He's right. We can't just leave him here.
You want to take him with us?
I hadn't considered that. I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, cool. Making sure.
Okay.
Joseph
Yeah.
will hit the button on his tablet to disappear the cop's head.
Oh!
The dog was.
The gun goes
dog.
off on the Boston Dynamic dog in the room.
Mm.
And it blows a hole through the head of the sheriff, the unconscious sheriff deputy.
You're not waking him up after this.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
I got blood on my shirt. No, well,
Okay.
push him off.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I mean, a quick way to dispose of a body, you are right next to the laundry chute.
Oh yeah, great point.
I'm gonna bridal carry him to the laundry chute.
I'm gonna put
And
a
then-
plastic bag over the injury so we don't bleed on the carpet.
Very good.
And then I toss him in and watch him fall.
Yep. We toss him in. There's a
Cool.
as he falls
And
down the
Sweet
shaft.
Prince.
And then I think we take the elevator down to the laundry room and put 2 Molotov cocktails each in the laundry and the trash.
And then light him up, and then peace out.
All right.
That'll start the place up.
You can hear sirens of what sounds like the fire department and police showing up nearby as you are leaving the building. After dropping your Molotov cocktails. Now, you would be on camera at some point, but you have control over the cameras, so you can scrub that. Plus, you took the server with you again, right, Joseph?
All right, had myself muted for room
Yeah.
noise. Yes, I did.
You wouldn't leave it there. That'd be a bad idea. Like, oh, I scrubbed the cloud, but shit.
Right on.
Ruins the whole plan.
Okay.
Fire
That's
is
2 problems
growing.
We don't have to deal with.
Fire is growing in the building as you drive away. Taking Dr. Dreyfus with you, who seemed to get real quiet when you murdered someone.
It do be like that.
Alex looked away. It's.
Look, we can't have witnesses. We have to get this fucking done.
You're not wrong. I'm not arguing. It's not what I expected.
So where's our next stop?
Yeah, guys, I kind of need to know where I'm going here.
Yeah, we didn't get an address off him. We don't strictly know where any
Mm.
vampires sleep.
He said he was cleaning up Marius's bodies in the park.
Mhm.
Is there anywhere around there that would make a good temporary haven for a vampire that moves around?
Yeah, there's a couple of hotels and a bar, a
Good place to
particular
pick up
bar
victims.
that you know.
A werewolf bar.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so that makes some sense.
let's
Good
look
news.
around at those hotels.
Good news,
Weird
that
comings
place
and
is
goings.
empty now.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's check it out. What better to guard a powerful vampire than a werewolf and a pack of angry
Yeah.
humans?
Any limousines or suspiciously anonymous SUVs parked outside of these hotels?
There is, in fact, a suspiciously anonymous SUV parked in front of the bar, whose name I am trying to look up, but I'm having trouble finding it.
It was the Gallows, I believe.
The Gallows, that's right. I was having trouble remembering the name of it. It was something like that, but I couldn't remember which one.
Mhm.
Outside of the Gallows bar. Has
The
no
Gallows.
license plate on it for some reason.
Don't know the name of the police yet. Are the windows tinted or can we see nobody in there?
Yeah, there appears to be nobody in there.
Out of curiosity, is there anybody like around the bar area, like any like civilians?
Bubs
normal
is-
people.
Hanging out outside the bar. He's sleeping.
Who?
Bubs,
Bubs.
the bouncer.
Alex's
I
boyfriend.
don't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take like one of the knives that I have. I'm gonna puncture holes in the tires just to be safe.
Clever.
Seems legit. And I'm gonna. I guess once we get there, yeah, let's head inside. We'll just walk past Bubs.
He's sleeping.
Is that guy sleeping?
Yeah, he's not a good bodyguard.
Well,
He's also theoretically guarding nothing at this point, so.
yeah, fair.
We walk
Suck on
in.
a $5 bill.
There's a well-dressed man, and he seems to be cleaning the bar. He looks up at you. He says, "Hello, can I help you?"
We're looking for Marius.
And you think that he's
Oh.
here. And he looks around the bar, and he says, "Doesn't seem to be anyone." In
You don't
fact,
mind
Who are you?
check-
I believe that this bar is closed.
Then that makes this much easier. And I continue to walk, like head towards the back.
So you have to go around the bar, and he steps to meet you as you start to go around the bar. He says, "I'm sorry, as I indicated a moment ago, this bar is closed."
I kind of look over at Ophelia. I'm like, you think
I'm going to take my gas mask that I had from the last operation that we had and put it on. Reach into my bag, take out one of the silver nitrate bombs, and I'm just going to set it off and throw it behind the bar.
The bar
Alex,
fills
no.
fills with a silver smoke. It's rough on the lungs. It hurts the mouth. It hurts the eyes.
how does he respond?
He responds by coughing and grabbing his face. But Alex, you also get hit with this stinging, burning sensation of breathing in concentrated silver nitrate.
At that point, I pull her back and out, and while this guy's distracted, I'm gonna break through that back door.
You're going past him through the bar?
Yep.
Okay.
He's distracted.
You think.
I think.
So you go to move past him, and as you do, a hand shoots out and catches you. For one strange moment, you're moving forward, and then you suddenly stop, as if you're a small child and he's grabbed you by the arm as an adult.
Cool.
Oh.
Maybe. Might also be a vampire. We'll find out when I put an arrow through his heart.
What do you do, Ophelia? I'm going to give you a chance, and then we're going to go to everyone in this moment.
I'm right next to him.
You are.
Gun still in hand.
It is.
Putting the tip of the gun right up to his chest, and I'm pulling the trigger.
Okay. As you go to do that, he's going to react by trying to knock your hand away. So we're going to have an opposed roll. His brawl versus your dex and firearms.
Okay.
I guess it could be composure on this one because you were taking your time to put it into his chest instead of just a quick shot. Where is my stats? Stats. Ah, there we go. Okay. Not very good, but all right.
He was a social ghoul, not a combat ghoul.
Yeah.
Marius lost his combat ghoul a little while ago.
Yeah, you're right. He's actually
Free success is easy clap.
so much better at social stuff than he is this fighting thing. Oh, yeah. You absolutely pull that
Jesus,
off.
let's go.
Pop.
7
He-
is a lucky fucking number.
He slams his arm into yours, and I forgot to add the die for that, but it doesn't matter. You clearly still would have beat him. There's no way he got 7 even with the extra die. He slams his hand into yours, and it hurts. He's strong. He's stronger than he looks. But you fire the gun into him, and that's 10 damage that you do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And this would all be, I guess, aggravated damage potentially, yeah, because it's from
If
a gun.
he's
Unless he's
lethal.
supernatural, yeah, it would be lethal damage, which is aggravated damage in this game, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
just
yeah,
kill him.
yeah, you shoot him. It seems to be that his body resists it somehow in a way that you've never seen a human body resist a bullet before. But it still throws him back. He yanks you with him as he goes tumbling over the bar. But this shot does push him back. You get yanked over the bar a little bit. Like, he doesn't pull you all the way over, but he pulls you, so you're leaning over the bar as he topples the other side and falls to the ground, holding his chest and gasping, blood pouring out. But he's going to be dead
at this point,
soon.
little drips of silver start to like leak into the wound
Yep.
too.
As it smog descends down onto him. Yeah. It rains down on
Cool.
him.
nice.
I then hand my Coke mask to Alex to put on.
Tempting. But I feel like so I want to take a shot,
Uh-huh.
but you are currently rolling around on the ground with this guy in a cloud of silver.
No, he let go after he fell to the other side. He just pulled Olivia halfway over the bar.
Olivia.
Or Ophelia. I did it again.
Is there a dice penalty for shooting for the heart?
No, this guy is going to be dead soon, but no, there's not really a dice penalty in this case. He's laying prone, so.
Oh, do I get my desperation die back because I have the vengeance
Because you went into despair earlier, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't roll with my my desperation die.
Yeah.
But I did. I think I did damage to the query.
Well, yeah, you injured it in some way for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I actually think I'm not gonna kill him outright just yet.
Okay.
Let him die naturally.
Yeah, I want to send my drone into the back of the bar.
All right.
I am gonna throw on my own gas mask so I can get into this cloud.
Okay. The drone.
And then
Sorry, go ahead.
stomp, just go over and stomp on his back, roughly where he got shot.
Mm-hmm.
Say and shout, "Tell us where he is."
He's dead before you can finish your sentence.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah. Let's search the place.
Joseph's drone moves through the cloud, no problem. It's a robot, and this is a cloud of silver. There's like a fog on the lens of the camera. But you bust into the back room, and you find it to be what appears to be a normal back room, but beyond that back room is another back room. Weirdly enough, it's probably the back room of the neighboring building that connects to this one. Do you continue moving the drone through it?
I do.
Okay. It goes into a room where appears to be a bunch of sleeping chambers, the bunk beds and such for the gang. But one of them is a solid box.
Gotcha, motherfucker.
Out loud, Joseph, not the drowned, guys. There's a box in the bedroom. Let's torch that shit.
We take this one alive.
Oh fuck! I forgot you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I head back into the room.
Yep.
So they showed me how to do this. It's a simple 1, 2, 3. Ophelia pops the lid. I put an arrow through his heart. We drag him out in a plastic bag, throw him in the van.
I'm still ready to go on a
seems like a
Molotov in case it doesn't go so well.
I appreciate that.
All right.
I'm also going to. I'm a little worried. I'm going to text Mark. Found him. Is she okay?
Is who okay? Sorry.
Okay.
This is me.
Don't worry
This is
about
me.
it.
This is
If
me
you're not
asking.
thinking about that. Oh, Lydia.
Oh. Yeah, she's fine.
I have other concerns. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we go into the back. Pull back the arrow.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
And I pull open the box.
As you pull open the box, there's a fluttering of the eyelids. It's like instantaneous. Like you see that there's a man in there. Dark hair, very good looking, very well dressed. His eyes start to flutter at that same moment you open the lid and he's looking at you. And go ahead and take a shot, Alex.
Hello, 6 successes.
There you go. +3, so 9.
9 damage right to the chest.
Right to the chest.
Right to the fucking heart.
The arrow goes in, and there's a brief moment where he reaches up to kind of catch it, right? Like his hand starts to wrap around it, but it's sliding through. It's very cool slow motion type effect where you're like there's your heart's all stop as you're not sure if he's gonna stop this thing, but it goes through his hand and continues to push through, and then into his chest, and then it sinks in, and then he just drops limp again.
Motherfucker. Yes! And I punch him in the knee. Yes! 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 Yes!
Anything in his pockets?
Oh, right. The hunt. Asshole! And I punch him in the dick.
Incredible.
Good for you.
Oh,
He has
Incredible.
a small vial of lotion in his pockets. And then he doesn't seem to have any kind of cellular device, but he does have money.
Oh, I'm taking the money.
Damn you! You beat me to it.
It's about $400. I mean,
So
Partial
we
it's
have,
just
payment for
it's
the
just
weapons
carrying
they bought.
around. It's just walking money, right? It's not like
Mhm.
his entire estate.
we've established Joseph is broke. We have to worry about getting this guy into the car, keeping him in there safely though, because the sun is out right now.
I actually, yeah. Oh fuck! Give me a second. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna jog back out to the camper.
As you start to move out of the room, all of a sudden gunfire descends upon you.
Hit the deck.
I am going to make a roll to see if you get hit.
You should have put on the Coke mask. It gives you +3 to dodging.
Do I need to make a dodge?
You are going to want to try to dodge this, yeah. So it'd be, Dex and athletics.
Although, I mean, not to be a party pooper, isn't there a thing about dodging bullets and not being especially doable?
It isn't especially doable, but I want to see what he does on this particular thing because
Got you.
Alex is a little special when it comes to athletics.
3.
Yeah. So the bullets go flying past you as you drop to the ground. One clips you for 1 superficial damage.
And I'm wearing armor.
It's in your leg or some such.
Okay.
Just 1 damage. You're taking 1 damage, and you see Bubs standing there wildly shooting a revolver down the hall, freaking out.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
So now I go to everyone else. So Alex, you just did your thing, trying to get out of the way of these bullets. Ophelia, what do you want to do? There's gunfire going on behind you.
Cool. Gunfight. I've got special fun weapons. I don't know who Bubba is or Bubby is though. So, if I hear him like just shooting,
Yep, just a gun going off.
just a gun going off. I'm gonna step outside to where the bullets are going off, and I'm just gonna start shooting back unless stopped.
Okay. And Joseph, what are you doing at the same moment that all this is going on?
I think I hit the deck.
Okay. Dive behind the box or something and just like cover your head.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Ophelia, make your Dexel's Firearms wild shot roll with your whatever weapon you're using.
Cool.
The shotgun, the other gun, the sidearm. What are
other
you
gun.
using? Yeah.
The
Yeah,
gun
which
that
gun?
shoots guns.
the grenade launcher.
I
What are you
might-
firing?
yeah.
Where'd you
I
get
might,
it at 32?
I might use grenade launcher. I'm gonna probably use my Magnum for this.
Okay.
Which
Big
gives
pistol.
me +4.
Yep.
So, let me see here, Dex. And I get my desperation die for this. Mostly because it's combat with, I have to assume, a supernatural at this point, because what the fuck hasn't been a supernatural?
Yeah, but it's not.
Okay.
It isn't your quarry.
I
So
don't.
we're gonna say no.
Okay.
I
Okay.
thought it applied to all combat, not just supernatural.
Oh, you're right. Right.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Does it apply to all combat? You are Marshall,
Because
yeah?
we are on the
Yeah.
hunt.
Yeah, you are
but this
Marshall. It is
isn't necessarily
it's faith that I was confusing. Faith is specific to like the supernatural. It's all yeah. You're doing a fight. Yep,
Cool.
that's fine. Yeah, you get the 5 dice. It is currently
Cool.
5 desperation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Mhm.
we gotta stop increasing the danger.
I mean the danger's at 5. There's really no way
Yeah.
to get worse. I only didn't do the person was the one guard that he had, and then Bubs with the danger that it was. However, Ophelia just dropped this person with 13 damage again. So you just blast through him. He's wearing a very thin leather vest that indicates that he is a prospect of potentially joining the Nightjar Riders, and has been working his way to become a full Nightjar Rider, but is not one yet, hence the not going on the ride with them. But it doesn't seem like Bubs is ever going to find out what it's like to be a Nightjar Rider, as he gets shot to pieces by Ophelia, who is firing back. Ophelia thing is going to bother me for the rest of this.
Seems
game,
we're
yeah.
entering our human murdering arc.
Oh shit! You got him.
Are we good? Am I good?
Yeah.
I don't know what you were expecting. I did this for a living.
Shit. I mean, he's just a guy.
Oh.
Damn.
The guy was shooting at you. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. I walk over and I look at him like, bummer. That's a bummer.
That's what you get for being attracted to punk women, I guess.
That's not Joseph. Come on.
Hey, you know, he knows us, and that's why this happened.
That's not true. That's not true. He worked with werewolves, and that's why this happened.
Fair enough. Once a
Now I
minion,
have to
always
go
a
get
minion.
Lydia real quick. Bear back. And I'm gonna,
Finish your trek to the RV.
yeah,
Yeah.
head out. I open the door, step inside past the wolves. So he's in there. He's staked. What do you want to do?
He's staked, and Mark just goes,
Yeah. Put one right through his heart. That works, right? Like that worked. It looked like he worked.
yeah.
he's
Is
in-
he is
what
he
did you call it?
moving? Is he fighting? Is he trying to kill you?
No. He tried to grab the arrow and he wasn't quite fast enough. We just popped the lid and I shot him right away. He was asleep.
They look at each other, and then Mark says he's in torpor.
That was the word, yeah.
No, got that fucker.
Right? Right? And I hug both of them. Fucking got him. So what do we do? You want to just drag him outside for the sun? You want to take him prisoner? And I don't know. You want to get like creative with it? You want to get medieval?
They look at each other, and they just start talking, and they're like, "We've actually talked about what we would do a few times, and yeah, we're not going to be quick about this at all."
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll throw a couple trash bags over him and throw him in the back of the camper.
Okay, I can't. And Lydia just gives you another hug. She just
We got
there's
him.
a lot of emotions.
We got him. Oh, we got him. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go. Well, I'll be right back. And I head back inside. Yeah. Trash bags. Head, feet, some duct tape, and then we'll throw them in the camper. You guys don't know what this means. This is huge for us. Yeah.
Yeah, this is sorry, I got lost. Have you told us about Maria specifically, like your beef? Did you have a history with this guy?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been gunning for him. This is a happy moment. Can I tell you about that?
Okay. It's a happy moment. That's good.
Yeah, he's he was the first vampire I encountered, and I'm like grabbing trash bags and duct tape while I'm talking. He was the first vampire, probably not the first vampire I encountered. The first I encountered as an adult, and him getting to me put Mark and Lydia in danger. And that's how we ended up here. It's not all my story to tell. Can you get his head?
Oh.
Duct tape. Yeah. We've been trying to get this guy for a while. And if Lydia wants to tell you the whole thing, I feel like that's more to her business, I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm glad we could get this guy. But that's one down. Hey, we did it.
Yeah.
This is an actual monster. That's number 2.
Yeah.
Not a minion, a monster.
For real.
So
Also, this guy's plus 1,000 for the record.
Also, sorry about killing your friend.
I mean, he was a guy that I manipulated to get into the club once. Like, he seemed fine, but
Are they all ever fine if they're working for?
that seems like a broad net. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are working for vampires without knowing it.
yeah, I don't think
they run
I don't think we
corporations,
need to be executing everyone who isn't a part of a gang.
I'm going to shoot back at somebody who's shooting at us.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
that's fine.
good with I'm fine with this. Sorry, Bubs. But
All right, let's go. Where's next? Is
Is
it
that
Aurora's
weird?
house? Is it the dams?
yeah,
We-
we take Marius out and
We
dump
can
him in
discuss
back of the
our
camper.
ethical principles later.
Okay, you take him out. You get him in the back of the RV. The wolves are growling as you carry him in. They don't do anything. They're just growling and sniffing at it like they know that it shouldn't be there.
And I'll tell Lydia, it's like, hey, I told them we had beef with him. And, I don't know, I kind of wanted you guys to... It didn't feel like my place.
Sure. Well, I mean, if they want to know, we'll tell them. I mean, sometimes hunters want to know, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they get it. Monster hurt your family, hurt your friends. That's all they need to know.
That's how we all get into this business.
Sure.
Ophelia, your phone rings. It's from your sister.
Oh.
Before
Hey.
you answer it,
Uh-huh.
what are the names of her children?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Charlie and Dana.
Okay. It's ringing.
Hey,
Feely,
what's up?
Feely, have you seen Dana? Do you know where she is? Has she called you or anything?
No, haven't heard from her. Why?
Well, I don't know. We were getting out of town, like you said. We were trying to get out of town. We were doing these. She was getting her stuff together, and then all of a sudden she didn't come down. So I went to go look for her. And I don't know what happened. Something. Her window was open. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but she's gone, Philly.
What?
I don't. I'm calling people. The police are saying it hasn't been 24 hours. It's not a missing person. She probably just went outside to play with her friends or something. But Feely, I have a really bad feeling about this. What you wanted us to leave? Why did you want us to leave? What? Is somebody after us?
No. No.
Feely, you gotta find her.
I'm going to find her. I'm gonna find her. I'll start looking right away.
Okay.
I'll call you. I'll call you.
Okay.
Oh,
We're gonna try to see what we can find out.
get somewhere safe.
Okay. We'll go to the church. She likes the church. She likes the priest there. Maybe she'll come there if she gets away from wherever she's at. Maybe she was trying to go there.
Somewhere safe. Somewhere safer.
We're not gonna leave town, Feely.
Please. I'll find her. But you gotta listen to me. You gotta listen to me. Ashley, you need to listen to me.
Fine. What?
I'm sorry. And she's gonna hang up the phone. Fuck!
That shit. Hey.
And she punches like the wall of the van or the RV.
What's
They got my niece. They got my niece. Those fucking dead sons of a bitches got my niece.
We're gonna get her back.
Yeah. We've still got time. Like they need kids. We got at least 10 hours. And we know where they're going to be. It's going to be okay. Right? It's going to get her back. Hey, it's going to be okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not. How?
We're already on their trail. We know where they're gonna be.
They don't do it at random. We know there's some kind of process, some kind of ritual. There's time.
And we
We
know
can
where
rescue
they're
them.
Yeah, we know where and we know when. We can get them before it happens.
You can kill the sons of bitches before they do anything.
Hey. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. This is what we do. It's not just about killing monsters. Although we do. It's also about protecting people. And we're gonna. Okay? We're going to.
We better.
And right then, Gunfire erupts outside the RV, and bullets begin to pierce through the metal. And that's where we will end this episode of Draining the Swamp. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.